Welcome to Yerba Talks.
Welcome! I am Max. This is Kat. And today we have we're going to do a little trip down memory lane. We are going to revive some of the best moments from TFE, and if people want to tell anecdotes, what their favorite moment of TFE was, and so on, you can do that there. Sorry. I'll pin that to the side chat. And before we do that, make sure to do the social thingies: like, share, subscribe. Sorry, fumbled all of that. Make sure to do the social thingies: like, share, subscribe. Send this to a friend. Send it to your significant other. Go to the corner. Yes, the corner of your street, and just subscribe to Yerba Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. All right. There we go. Pinned. Okay. So I would like to start with something that I did during TFE, which was on a modern day debate. And actually, I think it's mirrored on our channel. Never mind that for now. If we search on live and go back about a year, come on, boom, 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 FTFE, here we go. Here we go. There.
Your timekeeper over there, Craig, but
Wait.
let's
there
get
we
back
go.
some floor space here.
There we go. 24-hour sun, complete and utter flat earth destruction. Thanks for playing.
Flat Earth is dead.
Oh, wait. No, I fumbled the share again. No, wait. Hold on.
It's working. You're showing the right one. It's cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I posted. There's the sun, Matthew. Get your box of tissues.
All right, we're gonna.
Today, Matthew Hakim was derping out on Wadcast's chat.
The screen
Love
share,
this.
but
Right.
yes,
Yeah. You can. I just wanted to
stuff's
show
happening
that
right now in these spaces.
Pablo for 750 Uruguayan pesos. Drop a like, people. Arrancandonga. That is another hard one to translate. That is impossible.
Ryan needs a holiday. Well, we are going to be doing a little bit of traveling here in February.
Okay. So yeah, that was me during the debate pulling up the live stream. Of course, the two Flurfies had got themselves kicked out. So let's check some other notable final experiment videos. Give me 1 second here. Another one that I use because I'm on it is this one. Hello.
What's up, dude?
I'm doing fantastic.
Doing good?
Yes. The only
Happy TFE.
Yeah.
1 year. That went fast, huh?
Ew, that is just amazing. This part. The only part is that which we do not talk about.
Believe what happened next.
What do you got? You got a real question?
Last question I also have for you.
Okay.
Why aren't you just answering me? Did you receive an invite email from Duffy?
Oh, go back to the particular method of invite. So you were invited by having
Can you show me this formal invite, please?
Well, please define formal invite.
Did he email you or not? It's a yes or no question.
Okay. I said if you see Lion, you're out.
I had a simple question. This is why, guys, you changed
This is your last chance to stop sea lioning.
A simple question.
He wouldn't be lioning. So I asked him. He said,
"My face."
That was Oh, you know what? That reminds me. That was when you got to show some of your famous hacking skills, right?
Yes. This is when the myth of Max the Hacker was born. Yes.
That's awesome. I remember that. You had been training for like months, man.
Yeah.
Your certification, just like yeah. Wow.
And they discovered me, and it got out.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is you're actually from Russia, right? Like you were born in the underground network there.
Yes.
I don't know if that's privileged, but it's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
What's up, Isa?
Pretty cool. This all, of course, gave rise to the whole Fakatzoid saga. And, well, I mean, that saga was over when Fakatzoid did the Wankzoid saga. I mean, it's been a hell of a series.
We've laughed, we've cried.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had I didn't mean to delete the 11 frame. No, it was 2025 was a year for cats.
What a clown.
Isa, we are doing today is kind of the anniversary of the first day that they were in Antarctica. So we're doing a TFE revival session.
It was on December 14th?
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you know what tomorrow is, Max? Do you have a clue?
December 15th.
Yeah, but do you know what that is?
No.
It's my birthday.
Oh my God. I knew it was going to say that.
That's so good.
Tomorrow's my birthday. So they were there.
So like,
that's wild.
In 2 hours, huh? Like,
So
are you
2
Eastern
hours.
time? Oh, how
Yes,
about that?
I was born 12:15 at 12:15 in the morning.
That is fantastic.
Oh, that's
I was
wild.
born at 127 on 128. How about that?
No, that's cool.
Yeah, but yours
Nice.
is way cooler, by the way, because you nailed it.
So yeah, this was Fakats. And then well, let's go further back to the first video, which is 2 minutes. So let's check it out. Can you spell demonetized? Ominous as fuck. Just lights in the sky, bro.
Lights in the sky, bro. Doesn't prove anything.
Nah.
We see too far.
Nah.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. We got a roll program. Power clear. Roll shift the program and put the Apollo 11 on proper heading.
Faking gay.
We now return you to regular programming.
Okay. Very, very cryptic. Very nice. Hold on, let me.
Can you hear me now? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Do you know about so Will? I think it was the first 3 videos he paid for. I don't know what he paid, but I remember him saying that on a stream or two that because someone asked him. It might have been one of the final experiment, like where the flat earthers could like ask him a question or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think he paid for like he paid a production company or something to put together like the first 3, maybe, or first 4, maybe, up until the point where he actually finally came on camera, because they all had this like sort of similar vibe where it was like mystery man right behind the like this experiment. And I think all of those, until he actually revealed himself, were something he paid for. I imagine he spent something like 10 or 20 grand on it for for a package or something. But and then he did his own production after that. But it's interesting.
All right. Yeah, we had a bunch of very cryptic stuff, and then we had the face reveal. Right? Who is this one is 20 minutes. We're not going to watch that whole thing. But then people started joining in and showing support and blah blah blah. And yeah, you have TFE, MC Tune. Why would you need to apologize to Sean Griffin? Creaky, will Flat Earth Dave go? What if no Flat Earther goes to Antarctica? Okay.
Same.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I was gonna say we're not getting audio. Yeah.
Every single day, multiple times a day, over and over and over and over again. So I decided to finally make a video to answer this question for everyone. The question is this: what if no flat earther agrees to go to Antarctica? That's the question I keep getting. Will, what if no flat earther agrees to go? Will you still go? Is the final experiment still worth it? What happens if no flat earther agrees to go to Antarctica? Here is the answer. If all 24 flat earthers that we officially invited to participate in the final experiment, if all 24 of them decline an all expenses paid trip to Antarctica, I will be forced to summon the Daleks.
Thank you, Will, for getting the getting us the monetize
again. He's a fan of Doctor Who.
Please don't let it get to this. It doesn't have to get to this. I don't want to have to summon the Daleks. Just accept, one of you, accept a free trip to Antarctica, and all of that can be avoided. Okay, in all seriousness, the people who are asking me, what happens if no flat earther agrees to go to Antarctica? You are missing something very significant. You are missing the fact of what it means that no flat earther is willing to go to Antarctica. Let that sink in, because that is what would be important if it turns out to be the case. We must ask ourselves, why won't flat earthers go to Antarctica when Taboo Conspiracy says this?
It's ludicrous. Antarctica is the one place that would prove the flat earth.
And when Austin Whitsitt says this.
We are looking into going there, okay, and documenting this alleged 24-hour sun.
And when Flat Earth Dave says this.
We can put this whole flat earth debate to bed in one day. It wouldn't even cost that much.
And when Nathan Oakley says this.
In the one model, the heliocentric model, it would necessitate having a 24-hour sun in the south. Now, further to the fact that we do have a 24-hour sun in the south, the north, we do not have a 24-hour sun in the south.
And when Eric Dubé says this.
In reality, however, there is never 24-hour sunlight anywhere in Antarctica at any time of year.
And when Dean Odell makes this proclamation on a public stage.
Let me and you go to Antarctica, spend a week there in the summer, and let's see if the sun does a 360-degree circle all the way around us. If so, it's a ball. But if the sun comes in this way and then leaves that way, then it's not. It is what we say it is.
You see, that is the real question.
What a thing, right? Because it's the sun was Satan in the end.
You know what would be cool? I don't know if you have time, but do you remember the 3 or 4 minute video I sent you that one stream where it was Dean Odell's satanic sun, where he was just floating around and it was like mocking flat earthers and the 24-hour circling sun? Do you recall that?
I remember that, but I don't know where you sent it.
I've got it on my YouTube. I could shoot you the link in a minute. I can do it now.
Yes. So, I mean, it would basically mean they're scared, right?
Of course.
If no flat earther would have gone.
Isa, what's your take on like the final experiment? Like, is it final, or can you think of a way that flat Earth could justify a 24-hour circling sun in the south?
Sure. Just say that the whole thing, I think they already did it. The people who went there's only one person who I think renounced the position on flat Earth. Just say the whole thing's a sham. Because I don't think flat Earth is based, as a person who was studying flat Earth for the debate, for the debate that I did, I don't think it's based on logic and rationality. It's based on, I would say it's based on conspiracy and religious beliefs. That's the strongest perspectives I've seen for flat Earth. It's not really based on, we can do an experiment, and that's going to change my mind. The experiments are used to justify the position to people who believe in experiments. I don't think these people actually care about experiments to begin with. What they care about is whatever their belief system is. I think that's the root, from my understanding of the philosophy or the theology of a flat earther. It has nothing to do with any of these experiments. That's my personal perspective.
Yeah. Mine too. Conclusion-based thinking, right? Like they start with their conclusion and just find things that fit their conclusion.
It's a Texas sharpshooter's fallacy. Exactly. They already have the conclusion to begin with. So they're going to use whatever the information is to lead them to get where they want to be. So if it requires science from the 1500s or 1600s or from the 1800s, they're going to use that. And the consensus doesn't matter because they're a part of the evil global conspiracy. That's what makes sense to me. It is logical and rational from that position. And I know people are like, no, it's not logical and not right. It is. It's logical and rational from that point of view. It makes plenty of sense why they believe it. From a perspective of I want to prove science, it's not. That's not logical, but it is logical if these people have a religious perspective that's like linked to conspiracy theories. It makes plenty of sense why they want to disprove this, you know, because this is all a part of the conspiracy of the fake knowledge that they're teaching us. Science, they don't actually believe science is real. They believe that science is fraudulent, but they think that there's something that they can use as a tool to kind of combat these evil. They're taking the material of the evil atheists and the evil scientists and using that material against them. That's kind of my understanding.
Yeah, and the evil atheists and scientists, of course, all they're trying to do is hide God, right? Like they're just doing everything they can to hide God. And
exactly.
They have to sell their soul and fake science.
Basil says for $5, people believe in flat Earth for the same reason Duffy believes in a 6,000-year-old universe.
He's not the only one.
How do you check? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
There's,
it makes
of
sense.
people that feel that way.
It makes plenty of sense. Yes. It's a theological position. Of course, they're going to be a young Earth creationist. I get it. I get why people have that point of view. It doesn't bother me. It makes logical sense of why one would take that position.
I mean, I was raised in that sort of household myself, but
oh, you come from like evangelical Christianity?
Baptist. Yeah, I'm raised in the South.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, you call it Baptist.
The Southern Baptist. Yeah, I know it well.
And it's not really Southern Baptist though. It was more of a non-denominational, and they just I think they probably adapt. I honestly don't know the difference between a lot of the sects like Methodist, Baptist, Presbyterian. I think Presbyterian might do a lot like of speaking in tongues. Like maybe I'm wrong, but anyways,
I'll help you with that. You're talking about
right now. So then we had announcing some stuff and people who were going to Antarctica at the same time and so on. And then Will found some people who were basically doing Antarctica expeditions on their own. And he made a couple of videos about those. The whole everyone is a shill kind of a thing. And now we're getting we're getting closer, right? We're getting to TFE challenges and predictions, which side can do this, which side can do that. And then I saw this. This is Steve and the whole thing about the call. And oh boy.
Yes.
Oh my God. The observations that they did like with people from all over the world, that was cool. Oh, this is pretty cool. Hold on, let me mute this. Nico. Oh, we ended Nico's career. Let me get to the drone. Here. I think it's Where's Wally has the full flight with a video overlay of the telemetry for the drone. That one is also pretty cool. I think it's on Where's Wally's channel. But look at that. That is gorgeous. That is so beautiful. But also deadly.
I mean, and it's funny because like you hear them say like that's CGI, right? Like I think JJ showed this and he's just like, yep, don't like it, CGI. And to be fair, right? Like there's not going to be a whole lot of human activity that happens like what we're seeing right now, right? Like
no,
and
it's a frozen desert.
I was gonna say, even with like you're not going to see like footprints, you're not going to see like a lot of tracks and stuff like that, because like you said, it's like basically a tundra. Like you saw a lot of the videos that they had problems with. Where I think the first time I saw it was Dubé when he released his nonsense, and it was trying to show that, oh look, like these tire tracks from the gator that went by or whatever, like are like that when they walk across it, like nothing happens, and it's like it's literally just frozen ice. But like the point is like, yeah, this is beautiful, like this is amazing. You even heard Austin Whitsitt saying like, and he hasn't flipped, right? And he just said it's the most beautiful like sight that he's ever seen flying into Antarctica, and I believe him when he says that. There's very few things that I believe when Whitsitt speaks, right? But like that's one of them that I actually am like I could like hear in his voice. I felt like he was being honest when he said that, and I mean that was kind of the consensus. It seemed like from all of the participants that it was one of the. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, look at that, the landscape.
When you think about it, in the desert, in I don't know, the Sahara Desert, the Gobi Desert, there is still life. This place is so much more inhospitable that it doesn't have life like a regular desert, because it has nothing. It has ice and like look at that expanse of just endless nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nothingness that has like a bit of a mountain there, maybe a potential crack in the ice where you can just like fall into
and die.
And die, of course.
Did you watch all of the?
You could fall in with your car.
Yeah. Did you watch all of the? I caught bits and pieces. I think what was it, 5 or 6 days that Toon he might have just finished today actually, or I'm not sure if he's going anymore. But like, have you seen like the full length kind of like videos that he's been releasing on his channel on his conspiracy Toon?
No, I've been popping in and out of those because they're long.
Yeah.
But yes, I've been watching.
Seems like there's a lot of good material that one could easily just kind of be like, oh yeah, how do you guys explain this? No idea.
I mean, I heard that I think it was Vlad. Vlad was saying that he even doubted they were in Punta Arenas. And I personally verified myself that they were in Punta Arenas. Remember, I was trying to get Toon's attention that they were standing in front of a monument for the 500th anniversary of the first world circumnavigation. And you helped me, Icy Spin, by sending Toon a super chat so he would actually see the message.
Oh, okay.
And we verified that in real time. I was looking at monument. I just Googled monuments, Punta Arenas, Rambla, which is the word that we use for the waterfront. And I saw, I think they were on the giant orange hill or something like that, or one of those. And I started clicking, and in the second or third, I got to the monument. They were literally streaming from under.
Yeah. Yeah, the funny thing is I don't think that any flat earthers considered the live sports scores, because none of them really watched like kind of like you and I were kind of glued to a lot of what they were doing while they were there a year ago.
So I don't know how else you are breaking up.
Oh, am I breaking up?
Actually, sorry. No, you broke. Yes.
Okay. I think my connection's good now. What I was saying is the live sports scores. I don't think that anyone had really considered that. It got brought up maybe on a Vlad stream or something. Like, yeah, they did it like 2 or 3 times where they did live sports scores there, and so then they had to like kind of reconsider. Like, okay, well, if they were actually giving live sports scores where, well, they were somewhere. And then I think that's when they were like, all right, well, let's just say they weren't like in Antarctica. They were just faking it in the studio. I think that's when they just literally shifted the entire narrative to like they just can't be in Antarctica. Like if they have live sports scores, right? So.
Well, but we have them on Punta Arenas. And then someone, I think it was Critical Thing, he released, oh my God, the one, the only, the chirper himself,
Oh
Mr.
my
Jack.
All right.
Hey
Hey, fun.
guys.
I've enjoyed it, Mac. Thanks for having me.
What's all this TFE stuff you guys are talking about?
Well, it's kind of, we are around the 1 year mark for the
Obviously,
anniversary.
I'm joking. I mean, I've been watching the whole
I'm
weekend
sorry.
summary. No. I mean, I got to say honestly, it is so great to watch what's become of flat Earth. They've all shriveled up into their own tiny little worlds. You know, Dean Odell's claiming it's the devil.
The devil.
And you know, look at Fakatsoid, what he's become. I watched today a stream on him. Remember the whole "How do you get to the South Pole?" And that fucking lying little bitch couldn't even admit, like, okay, we have no map of the South Pole. It's just, and Steve, he boiled the entire. You know, we got 2 360 cameras filming each other. We've got an experiment to track the sun with a filter. We have an experiment to show where the shadows will fall every hour for like literally everything. And his whole bitch was, you didn't call me when you said you would. Even though there was a live stream and he could have chatted his question. It's so great to see how thoroughly and utterly destroyed they are.
I mean, when they discover, I don't know, dark matter, I hope every scientist in the world has Steve's number so that they can validate their findings with him. I don't know how else we could go on if we do not do that.
I just picture him that night with his phone while he tries to keep his little eyes open, and he's got tear in the corner of his eye because he's realizing now that Duffy's not going to call him. And that it broke his little heart.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to play with the big boys, but yeah. Here, this is the video that I was telling you. It is by Where's Wally, but it's also mirrored on the TFE channel. So I'm playing that now while we're chit-chatting.
Stunning footage, isn't it? Just amazing.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I can't take my eyes off the bottom middle of the screen.
And if you need something to show you how remote Antarctica is, if that doesn't do it, nothing will.
Right? Yeah, I know. I see what you're focused on here. Yes. Oh my.
It's a nice touch.
It has the telemetry. It has everything. It's perfect. But then people I've seen, I think it was JJ, they have objections like, oh, who goes and flies a drone like upward in Antarctica and does a 360 and brings it down? It's like, well, I mean, it's pretty effective footage.
That'd be the first thing I do.
You bring it up, you do a 360, you bring it down. It's like, oh shit.
What else is there to do? I mean, yeah.
Again, though, any one of these guys could have asked for and or provided input. You know, the feedback for the whole community was, what should we do? What would you like to see? You know, and they all just clammed up.
Yep. This is and then when I think didn't Will try to do something with the drone and he actually crashed it, and then they had to go like retrieve it.
Yeah,
they had to go retrieve it because you can't just leave your freaking drone there.
Well,
So
just look at that picture. Let's say you went, what? Would you have to go 100 yards or 1 mile or 10 miles before you'd fall into a crevasse and never be seen again? It could be literally any 10 feet you could kill yourself.
You see those marks there in the snow, those white marks? Those. I mean, you don't know. They're wide enough, they're big enough so that you're seeing them from a drone like a mile in the air, right? So, I mean, if you fall there, you probably, at the very least, break a leg. If not, just fall down. Who knows how long.
I mean, he got permission to fly the drone because it was within 3 miles of an airport. And he got their permission and he got DJI's permission. You know, he went through all the things. And also, the problem is if he flies anywhere other than if it falls that he's going to be able to retrieve it, he's not allowed to go even 10 feet outside where they designated safe zone. So it's not like he's just going to go flying around randomly.
Right.
Yeah, they actually they'll gate your drone unless you get the written permission from I guess what is it, the FEC or whatever the like you said, the airport commission or whatever they'll unlock it so that programmatically, like you can take it above 500 feet, because my dad had a DJI.
Yeah, he had geofencing disabled for him for that flight for a specific amount of time.
Yeah. I think he took it. How far did he take it up? Do you remember? Was it like 2,000 feet or?
No, he's at a full mile. He's at 5,000 plus feet.
Did he go up? Okay. Oh, okay. So oh, cool. They have like I guess that whole HUD is like built into the software.
No, you need to download it and then grab the metadata from the file from like
so there's two things on the remote controller, which has only a 2K resolution. The telemetry is built into what you see as the pilot, but the 4K footage from the drone, it records a separate XML channel from all the data. And if you pay for software that creates the overlay, I guess Duffy just didn't have it. But at the same time as the video is recorded, the telemetry data is always recorded. So this guy just asked for it and created the overlay. You can control what gets overlaid and what you display.
Pretty nifty. All right. Yeah, we started getting footage. We started getting the desperation. We had a green screen thing, vape gate, yada 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 yada.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
How many gates were there?
Oh my, so many.
They were all over the place, really, for like a month until the famous words, "You can't tell the shape of the ground from lights in the sky" were uttered. And then they had like 3 months of reprieve as they all flocked to that. And of course, that didn't really work out too well for them.
Yeah.
Got Marathon Gate, right? Like they're just paid out.
Yes.
Ice Gate, Vape Gate. Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
Well, Drone Gate, of course, because when he did fly it low, it was beeping as it got near
oh my
tune,
God,
and they're like, yeah, they all of a sudden they're all drone experts.
Oh, you mean it was beeping when it got near the back wall of the studio? Right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, they got outed.
I mean, Duffy's not really a drone pilot. If I had been there, I am a drone pilot. I know people that are. I would have done a few quick laps around 360s within the parameters of where within the borders there, as people were doing experiments, just to provide another. But they're not really thinking of all the ways they have to cover the multiple ways they're already filming, so that one asshole sitting in fucking Podunk Junction who claims that some pixel is wrong.
Sitting where?
Oh, Podunk Junction. That's like a gringo, West Virginia thing.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, they weren't there to CYA. They were there to do, and look what they did. I mean, is it lost on some of these people just the sheer amount of data they brought back?
I mean,
the problem is that they're still waiting for Witsit to publish the data and also for Jaren's tickets.
Yeah. Did you hear Vlad in a recent? I think it was when he was on the one guy's channel, but he was basically just reconfirming everything that we already knew about. Like, yeah, man, I'm just a ticket tearer. I'm the guy at the theater just tearing the tickets, tell them where the theater is. Just walk that way. And basically, yeah, he's just saying like, yeah, I wanted to make sure that they have them tickets, and then, hey, man, them flat Earth experts now. Hey, we got some flat Earth experts now.
Well, I also think Witsit's gyro is still stuck in customs. It was 1 ton after all.
Yeah, the gyro compass. Man. Yeah, I'm wondering, what do you guys think about the documentary? Do you think they're going to do like a drop before like New Year's, or
this would have been the time to do it? I'm so disappointed. Like on this, if the 17th it doesn't come out, I will be disappointed. But I don't think it will.
What if it hits theaters on Christmas Day? Nobody cares about it.
Like, yeah, who goes to the...
I know, I'm just kidding. Well, a lot of people actually go to the theater on Christmas, believe it or not.
So
I didn't realize that either.
I went to Toon's channel, and this is the first. This happened after that initial live stream on the TFE channel where Jaren said he was wrong, and that was the one I pulled up, or maybe I pulled up this one. I don't remember exactly, but this is the first live stream Toon did from Antarctica, and people were sending super chats and messages and money.
Yep. Yeah, I've got the timestamps saved, by the way, for the sports call outs.
And by the way, when they showed that 90-second or 2-minute trailer from the, I think it's going to look stunning when that movie does come out. I want a real cinematographer with decent gear. That 2-minute thing was just stunning. I hope it comes out. I pray it comes out.
Indeed, that is so true. We have Xpin with a super chat there to Toon while in Antarctica.
That guy's a D-bag.
Yeah, I was good there. That was when I was much younger.
Silver Phoenix Rising. So many people. So many. What? Jens. Shekels.
They all so hate Toon. I love it.
Oh, they fucking can't stand it. And there's even Globers that like.
Oh, wait. Someone asked him if he had turned the potato up. And I remember he actually used it in Antarctica. How did I miss it?
Well, the Potato app does use real location data from real APIs that call real, Globe Earth. So it would have been right.
I think that I thought that was like an update that they did at some point. I think I remember hearing that like he made it to where after a Glober pointed it out, like, hey, I'm in Antarctica. Look, I'm here. And like I think he made it where you can't, but I could be wrong.
Fucking dearth. I mean, if they had any, real good questions that they could have asked during this whole thing, they could have got a lot of answers to things they might want to know. It just goes to prove not one of them gave a shit about finding out the truth.
Right. No, from the start, it was all looking at just ways to wriggle out of the sheer destruction of Flat Earth.
I mean, I made a joke about the Zapruder film being, looked at by so many people. The JFK assassination, the Zapruder film.
Oh, okay.
And I said, like, no other fucking piece of footage has been so analyzed like the goddamn footage from TFE. All these guys, all of a sudden, they're experts. And look at that pixel there. And what happened with the, not one of them's ever seen a 360 camera with the stitch line and all that shit that all of a sudden came to,
Bro, have you ever seen a better case of just absolute cope after cope after cope after cope after, like every single stream for like months? And then Vika is still doing it now. Like, how the fuck can you analyze Shiba for how many times has he done it now? Like 4 Sundays in a row?
7. No, yeah, I don't know the date of the stream, but it's been 7 stream upwards of 24 hours.
See, I think, though, that's what helped destroy them. It wasn't so much the experiment, although it was their reaction was so pathetic and desperate. And people got to see just, Steve was so hung up on a phone call. And Fakatsoid couldn't answer, how do you get to the South Pole? Like, and he wouldn't accept that, hey, here's footage. Oh, but it wasn't a real experiment, technically. Like, dude, here's the fuck. And all of them ran from, no one said if you saw it that it would prove a globe Earth, even though, of course, that's exactly what they said. People got to see how sad they are, and that destroyed them as much as the footage itself.
Yeah, the funny thing is they don't realize that they're in it too. So it's like you can give it to a side street observer and be like, hey, what do you think about the way this guy's responding to this like totally legit thing? And it'd just be obvious, like they're just coping. Like they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, desperation has a smell about it.
Yeah.
On the video, to debunk the claim about the green screen because of Jonathan's patch, right?
Yeah.
On that video, this is where we get the drone whole like thing. So on the debunking video for a really stupid conspiracy, another conspiracy popped up. That is just so crazy. Like a child does that kind of thinking. It was so funny. And I remember I had the debate on December 14th. And then I caught the pneumonia. So I was like being worth a damn. And there were live streams all day long, and people and the copium and all of that and so on. But I missed a huge chunk of it with the pneumonia. But finally I got better and could start doing stuff because there was a lot of things happening. Joe Hanby with his salad bowl, the facatoids saying it's all fake and gay.
And boy, did they glom on to Joe Hanvey for that 3 months where he was famous. Oh, he's going to save us with a model. And of course, where is he now? Mom took her Tupperware back and he's, disappeared.
Yep. Help us, Joe. You're our only hope.
I feel like, what was it? Like probably like month 5 or something after the fact where they just realized that they couldn't win. Some of them still press, like Vika, for instance, they try to just say it's like fake. But the rest of them, they just simply ignore that it ever happened. And they want to argue.
Well, some of them are dumber than others. And the ones with a modicum of education or a fair to medium IQ, they realize we can't push this anymore. Vika and some of those other guys, Demok, they're just, Mikey has like a rudimentary understanding of everything. So
of everything, yes. We had stuff like this. We had people like
yeah, it would be slightly different.
I hate, oh my god, I hate him. Stephen Fake Lonzo, what a character with a flat Earth university.
Yeah, he's got professors and everything. He's got the front of his university, like on his website. Oh, it's a digital university, right? And they're not really professors. But...
Wow, the world's your oyster with that on your resume.
So
yeah. Then we also had some of these lovely instances of Will debating flat earthers. In this case, we have Nathan Thompson. Who, if you weren't paying attention, Nathan had here.
Oh, you missed it, Max. Did you see earlier on Tinfoil Sombrero? I know you probably didn't.
No.
He's selling he's selling the dome. So he's like,
no,
yeah, dude.
No, he's crack selling Joe Hamby's salad bowl.
Yeah,
no,
it's in storage right now, and he can't afford the monthly rent of the cute.
That's what I was going to tell you. That if you look at this debate, that's what Nathan has. Joe Hamby's salad bowl. That one is where you probably don't have this custom because it's winter in New Year's. But in New Year's, my father used to make a huge fruit salad, and he would use a bowl just like that, a very big salad bowl.
Guys, why don't we chip in and pay an artist to paint the Northern Hemisphere on it?
I love it. Or just paint a globe.
Just the North?
Well, it's only half a dome.
Oh,
what
I
are we
see.
going to do?
We'll duplicate it, right?
Nathan, you should return that to Little Joe. It's not fair.
He's also selling thumb drives that have 250 plus books of flat Earth evidence / really good arguments. He went through the gamut. Let me find it on 10.
I dare anyone to stick a thumb drive from a flat earther into their PC.
It's like a 2-minute watch, but it's hot off the press, so it might be funny. I was watching it right before this came on. I was like, this.
Why did my computer burst into flames?
Yeah, right.
I had to call in an exorcism.
Okay.
When you say flat Earth is a mental illness, I'm saying how could it end it?
Yeah. So I'll deal with that. When I say end flat Earth, I don't mean
Is there some sort of government subsidy he's receiving? I don't understand. What is it? How do you explain Jiren changing?
The death knell of flat Earth.
Who are they? Who the fuck are they talking? Why is that? Sounds like Witted, but I don't see him on the call.
His mind.
I got it.
Yeah, I mean, people change their mind all the time. I don't really care about what men think or what men do or what men believe. The creator says, follow me. So I'm following the creator. And it also says, do not take counsel.
No, you're not.
I'm an atheist, but I know enough that he's not.
I mean, when they always lie when they say that.
We love having you here. You're all.
I love how butthurt they got when Will talked about it, in some instances it's okay to lie. And then they thought they had him on that for 90 days. They all got all over that as if I'm in the fucking house where a fucking Jewish someone's hiding from the Nazis and I say, oh yeah, I cannot lie because I'm Christian. So she's up there in the attic.
Yeah, this is 3 hours old, people. Just so you know.
So
wait, this is new.
Look, even with the tendentious editing that the Flat Earthers did to that clip, I understood Will's point immediately. It was very clear.
Anybody understood it that was honest with themselves.
Yeah. I mean, just with the clip, you could very clearly understand it's a thing of like, okay, this is what I mean. It's not always inherently wrong to lie. And
I showed up at the elementary school to kill everybody there. Can I come in? Oh no, we're closed today. You lie. I mean, come on.
There's countless situations that applies to, Jack, and the fact that they even want to argue and
they're not intellectually honest, and that's another thing that kills them, right? I mean, that's another thing that buries the flat Earth. The lack of intellectual honesty that even a fifth grader can tell is not genuine.
Yep.
Yep.
Called her back in the house. So called.
Calder has been having some problems coming in and out.
That's what she said.
Closing, really appreciate the time and the floor. But also, I got the dome for sale. If anyone's serious about buying the dome, it's in Arkansas and it's in storage. I got no use for it right now. I don't have the room for it. So let's talk about a price. On top of that,
this is new.
Drives. Listen to what.
It's from your boy.
Oh my God!
What's it going to cost to ship that thing?
I love that. I mean, in my head, the personifications of a high-tech hobo are Arwen, Whitsitt, and Nathan Oakley. But Nathan Thompson is like the quintessential high-tech hobo. He's literally like, oh, guys, I got to sell stuff. That like, what are you, a crackhead?
So funny, dude.
Hold on. Let's see what.
I mean, it plays out for a few minutes, but it's funny.
Let me see what the thumb drives are.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a price. On top of that, I got thumb drives. Listen to what's on this thumb drive. This is the largest collection.
It's digital. Can you? What is happening? If you're going to cough, mute yourself. What the hell? That is just very like Calder just smoking the devil's lettuce. I know that. I know.
My bad. I didn't know I was live.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you guys.
No, fuck you, Calder.
So repeated.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, leave me alone. I'm
the
celebrating, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, but celebrate like cough in silence.
You know, the funny thing is that this guy didn't factor in. That thing is so big, it's going to cost $200 to ship anywhere. And he's not going to get anyone paying even that to cover the cost of shipping.
That's why I mentioned where it's at right now in Arkansas. He wants to get like a local,
Wait, hold on. Let's see what the thumb drives have, because I might get one. I think it's digital chlamydia.
Oh, you got a live stream plugging that into your computer, dude. I'll give you $100 super chat just to watch that.
On top of that, I got thumb drives. Listen to what's on this thumb drive. This is the largest collection of geocentric flat Earth literature and videos and documents in the world. It's got 500 books by 100 different authors. All the biggest authors, Robotham, Gleason, Picard, they're all in there. I got Tesla files, free energy stuff, all the ancient biblical stuff, Apocrypha, Enoch, Jubilee, Jasher, all that stuff's in there. 250 maps and sky maps from ancient civilizations, ancient texts from the Hindu, the Greeks, the Mayans, the Phoenicians, Egyptians, all in there. Bunch of documentaries, not just on flat Earth, but on COVIDs, and a bunch of other stuff. My speeches are all in there. There's astrophotography from Joe Hamby and myself in there. There's 1,000 memes, biblical and logical based, in there. It's unreal. It's super loaded. Let me know if you want one. flatearthflyers@gmail.com. On top of that, I want to shout out a few
Your
sponsors.
vegetarian stuff's in there too.
How much?
It's one of those things where it's like, when you put something, it's like, add it to your shopping cart and we'll show you the price. That's what he's doing. He's doing a little
No,
marketing.
Nathan, I want it.
I think it's like a couple $100.
50.
Pretty,
what?
I could be wrong, but it's like 50 to like 200. Like I'll find it. He's said it before. I'll have to find it.
50 cents, and I'm risking it.
Right.
The only thing I've ever seen like that are acrylic domes that they make for moving headlights at outdoor concerts where they want to prevent them from getting weathered. And those are, to buy them new, they're like $400 or $500 for the optical clear ones. I don't know what this thing is, but it's I don't know what else it could be.
A salad bowl, a gigantic one.
Yeah,
it's pretty damn big.
Yeah, I mean, you could mix for at least 60 people. It would serve a large Thanksgiving feast. Yeah, a salad. Yeah.
We got to get it and do something with it to make that, just to embarrass them, whether we paint a globe on it or use it to
selling it for?
make an experiment we can use it for to prove the Earth is globe.
I wonder what he's selling it for. Maybe I'll reach out to him.
You just have to go to fucking, Podunk Junction to pick it up.
Yeah, and he'll add the Glober tag. So make sure you say you're a flat earther. Do the handshake.
Yes, the Glober tax. Yes.
Does it come with a big pair of salad tongs too? Would be nice.
Nice
Yeah, because I mean, if not, you have to dive into, to serve from the bottom. We had, a bunch of. Oh, hold on, I'm watching this. A bunch of more videos, South Celestial Pole. There was a very funny or very fun stream which actually happened on Jaren's channel. I think they were actually live streaming at the same time, both Jaren and Witted. And it was when they were at the waterfront and they were seeing that the sun was like over there.
Mm-hmm.
And they could see the light, and they were, and you could see their heads in real time, like, oh, what the fuck is that? Why?
The truth was dawning on them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's such a crazy thing when that happened. And I was watching them, and then Witted had to ruin it by rapping. And yeah, always. So then they got back, and Sob has a huge problem with what the fuck did they do after they got back. And it's like, number one, first of all, none of your beeswax. And then MC2 has a 5-hour and 40-minute live stream with Dave McKeegan after they're back from the ice. So we like, first of all, what does it matter what they did after they got back? That is number one, right?
Well, by the way, though, the amount of work they did, and as tired as they must have been, to come back and then to have the energy and they knew they had to try and get as much information out as fast as they did. Meanwhile, can anybody answer, did Witsit produce a single byte of data or video that got posted, or any experiment at all, anything at all from his entire 4 days there?
Well, he was on Discord a lot. That's his excuse. That's what I've heard him say.
Yep. He got 21 hours of REM sleep. I remember him posting about
Yeah, he was very tired, man. He was very tired from staying up all night.
And that's probably another reason they kicked themselves, because they let fucking Witsit represent them.
I knew Critical Think was a short man, but geez, man. And some of these videos, I'm like, he is quite short. Like I mean,
Hey, old people shrink. Fuck you.
Well,
wait, Witted is my age. He's 37.
No, well, he said Critical Think.
Critical Think from Down Under. Down Under.
Are we going to revisit Vapegate?
Also, 5 feet down under is 6 feet in North America.
Good to know.
Dave Mackie. Hold on.
Yeah, leave it to Witsit to fuck up a video even more by doing the vape scandal. Like, he could have just said, "Yeah, I was sneaking a vape." Sorry, bro.
So this is what happened, and I can give him the benefit of the doubt. Like he was guarding his he had a combination of things going on. He was trying to like shield the fact that he was vaping from his wife or ex-wife. I guess, wife.
Don't lie to your wife.
Right, don't lie to your wife. But so that's like a factor, right? But also he was a little bit miffed that he could not produce a vapor in Antarctica, and he was trying to set the record straight, but it all hit him like that. And he was just
I don't think the second one's true at all. He's just a liar. Period. End of story.
I think the second one's true. Actually.
I mean, he might have at the moment thought, "Here's a good way to play it off," but I don't think he intentionally did it.
I don't think he did it. No, he didn't have it was not preconceived, but he did it in the heat of the moment. Didn't think anything about it. Probably was like, that'll never catch up to me. But like, I don't think, like you said, he didn't plan it.
Look, my thoughts is that he was panicking over he had already been losing audience and people going into his live streams to hate on him, and he wasn't dealing with that well. So when people were doing that to him live in Antarctica, I think he just wasn't thinking straight.
You know, I know that barrel was used for a lot of things, but to me that barrel's a metaphor for Witsit. It's a sad, empty 50-gallon drum that no one gives a shit about because whatever was originally in it was used up a long time ago. And him standing next to it the whole time is just so fitting for me.
That is an apt description.
Imagine being surrounded by like 12 cameras that are recording 24/7 and forgetting that any of them are on. Like,
right?
Right, that footage right there. It's so obvious what the fuck he just did.
Yeah, he's got to get caught. I mean, like he's got to realize he's on like what is it, the real world, like Dallas or whatever.
Well, the 360 cameras are filming each other and everything around them in full 4K. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
You need to crawl to the floor.
They say though that's what happens when you're in like a real life filming experience. You just forget that they're there eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to army crawl like through the whole way. Like just wear white and camouflage yourself with the floor.
Like literally the definition of cherry picking, right? There's plenty of footage of Dave McKeegan and Toon and as a matter of fact, Jaron and Witsit did it when they were together. Like I think when it might have been when Jaron was toking up behind the little shed, but plenty of footage of them actually breathing out moisture on those certain parts of the day. That flat earthers just they just don't pick that. They just pick the other shit that shows them not breathing out. There are plenty of times where the time was right. It was like the right part of the day. Like it might have been like solar midnight or whatever. But I mean, like a choo-choo train. Seriously, like I've got one of I think Toon and McKeegan doing it.
But this is the Earth, and the Earth confuses them in every respect. The mechanics and the science and. So how can one breathe in without breathing out a giant plume of steam?
Yeah.
Kango 44 for $5 New Zealand dollars. Has Witsit gone? Has he finally fucked off the internet? Okay. I think my suspicion is that he had to move back to his mom's house. And one day we were on the EA server. And he was like, "Give me 1 second. My mom needs my mom's calling." And I was like, "Wait, You live with your mom? And I think I embarrassed him to death.
Yeah, that's a phrase that most dudes want to say at his age.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my working theory. He had to move back home. That's why he's not streaming. And even I haven't even seen him on the EA server on the Discord, just chatting around or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I miss you, Witsit. I love you, buddy. You're the humblest.
A lot of them have.
Can we get some humble bros in the chat, please?
Have stopped streaming lately. I wanted to ask Icy Spin, do they have some new strategy to do lives and then delete them right away? Or I've noticed that there's a huge absence of a lot of streamers that used to stream multiple times a week. Flat Earthers.
No, their well is drying.
Yeah, there's a few. Mikey deletes about 1 out of every 3, maybe.
What about Vlad? He hasn't had anything on in weeks.
Vlad just hasn't had anything on, but Vlad's a different story. I record Vlad streams because inevitably when he gets fucked, he's the one that will delete his entire archive, and so that's why I'm documenting his, because just
such a ringing endorsement of their belief.
Yeah.
Delete.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, there are some that delete it, but I think, like, for instance, I always thought, like, Roger that wants to sue Max and take him to the copyright court for YouTube. I haven't seen him delete anything. He does, like, he doesn't allow, like, transcripts. They're all really particular about, like, they don't want to be the face of, like, they don't want to be the butt of, like, a Globe joke.
Yeah, I love their latest that it's intellectual property that you cannot even utter without my approval.
So they take precautions that, like, YouTube extends to them, like, don't do auto, like, captioning, don't do auto transcript, like, make it just that much more difficult for anybody that's, like, documenting their shit to, like, you know, try to document it properly.
Good, then they just crawl off into the distance and make their shit hard to find. Even better.
Vika's left virtually every stream that he's put up. I was nervous that he'd delete the one with MC Tune, and like when the Moscow Mule Gate, you know, fucking dearth. I thought that would that ran the risk of getting deleted, but even that, like, he left it up. I mean, it's great for views. More power to him. I'm glad that he's like, hey man, if I record it, I'll leave it up, even though he's absolutely fucking batshit wacko.
It brings up a bigger question, though. I kind of wanted to ask Toon if he would consider doing a show. Where are they now? Because I've only been doing this for like a year, but I looked at his history, and there's a lot of names that I don't recognize and see no content. But I'd love to see, like, again, 2 years from now, it'll be where are they now from these fucking retards? But sorry, these idiots. But I'd love to see if Toon would do a where are they now for some of the 5-year plus ones.
That would be fun. That would get him the idea. That would be lots of fun for sure.
Yeah.
Dan said Nathan Thompson is only on TikTok now. Yes, there is. TikTok is kind of the last bastion of flat earthism, because they can be the owners of the rooms and kick everyone and just derp out in peace, relatively, right? But then, for example, when you have Angel join Whatcasts Live, you saw how a bunch of other TikTokers came on because they're blocked on Angel's channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, TikTok seems to be the last bastion. Hold on, we had also this. 1 second. It won't let me. I need to go to Firefox to search. 1 moment. Boom, boom, boom. This one, Whatcast showed. Was it Whatcast or Dave McKeegan? I don't remember, honestly.
What was it that they showed? I can tell you.
The whole where is the South Pole interaction.
That was Whatcast today, I believe.
Yeah, that was.
I gave a little 60-second thing that I did, and he kind of summed up with that, with the Derp GPT.
You mean the south ring? You might have misspoke.
Whatever. How do you go south? You just go south. Where is it?
You
Go
go.
south. How do I find it?
Yeah.
Go south.
It's a memorial. What does he call it? It's a memorialized or
Ceremonial.
Ceremonial.
Yeah.
Imagine the language that you have to use to be a dumb fuck.
To me, he's the best one though, because the amount of kind of just dodging and little trickery to try and get around answering a single question. I mean, how pathetic he must look at himself after a stream and go, "What the fuck have I become?"
I mean, that's why he cries after jerking off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the guilt is built up from all the other shit he does.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Even his penis is embarrassed.
Is it here?
Look, Cece's getting some wood.
Yes, he's in timeout. He understands. He's been good though. I'll let him.
That tree's so getting laid.
That tree could sue for sexual harassment. Let's check here. Does anyone remember where?
The actual, it was actually, it was on a Picatzoid stream. I'm pretty sure. I can find it. I can type in film.
What, the How Do You Get There thing? I think that was originally a TFE live with him, where Duffy and him were live on Duffy's channel.
They were reviewing it's on flat, so I'm so
Yeah, it's Creality Jesus Saves, is that right?
Yes. Yeah. Never mind.
I'm almost there.
I could play this on loop for the rest of my life and not get bored of it.
Dude, why do I have to do captchas? This is so stupid. I'm a human.
I've been getting if I try to Google stuff in private mode, like in a private window, Google gives me a captcha for some reason. It's like, motherfucker, let me Google in peace.
I missed the captchas. Today I got something where I had to drag a picture that I couldn't figure out for like 3 minutes.
Oh, I found it.
Kango 44 for $5 New Zealand dollars. When the kids move off TikTok to whatever new platform is, Nathan will move too. Yes. And that reminds me of this.
Oakley's 100% irrelevant. I don't think he matters anymore.
No, he really doesn't matter anymore.
Like I said, I analyzed his videos, and less than 3% of people are watching. Less than 3% of his quote-unquote subscribers are watching his content.
The actual timestamp. Yeah. Same with Awake Souls. He's got 19.9 thousand.
Measurements are taken, but
idiots.
Sorry. I was getting this ready.
Okay.
Wake Souls. There's a lot of have really big numbers, but then like Nathan has views that are comparable to this channel, like 700, 1,000, and so on.
On a good day for him.
Yeah, absolutely. This is also from that debate with Nathan and Chris.
Well, that's a good thing, Max, about the user count. It's the engagement that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. And I look, there was someone that was talking to me about the comments on the videos and so on. He said, yeah, because a lot of people, most people watch it on live stream. And if you look at the live stream, there were like 3,500 messages sent in the live chat over there. So, I mean, it depends on the channel, what the metrics are, what the best metrics is for each thing. Let me play this 1 second.
By the way, the new milestone to know when your career on internet is over is when you appear crying after whacking off.
Yes, that is a very clear new low.
Nathan, if you need to leave, you can go, bud. We don't mind.
Are you in a hurry to go to your parole officer, Nathan?
Ooh. It really, if you're that,
let's go to the next question for sure, though.
Because we don't really have a whole lot. Nathan.
Because you don't understand how the
and Chris going like objection.
If you look really closely, you can You can see his skin start to turn into marble, like he almost freezes into an entire statue.
Well, this is when they all say ad hominems because that's the other word they learned that last year.
Yeah, I don't know. We had a little bit of that. But yeah, this this is where I pull way later.
Go to the next question for sure, though, because we don't really have a whole lot here with the Lord.
Objection.
Yeah,
What is this, a courtroom?
Yeah, no, Chris was he was coming off the meth, and you know how that goes.
Oh yeah, that's a side effect. Screaming objection in a live stream. I forgot.
And yeah,
What just happened?
Please,
2 weeks ago, Ryan.
By the way, this is a very pedantic
To be
point.
clear, what just
but at
happened?
some point, technology will get so good, and AI will be able to take, you know how they all like use the same phrasing. It will be able to intake everything from the last year, and show has every ad hominem as it spread from each flurf to each flurf, and it'll show the exact pattern of like. I would love to be able to do an analysis of how their talking points, how they originated and spread and became. It's kind of like Republicans, the way they work.
Is this just to show Nathan the shirt that Toon's wearing? Is that what this?
No, Nathan
okay.
was no longer in the debate, but that was a very nice. That was a lovely plus. No, I spent, I don't know, like 10 minutes trying to bring up this live stream because I saw Toon was live. Started streaming 4 minutes ago. And I started like, oh, I need to get this. And then I finally was able to pull it up. And Chris is just crying.
To not let me get my point across. Spherical.
Who is Chris?
Not
this guy. The guy that is debating on a phone, pointed at a computer so he can show stuff.
But is he a big time flurf or just a random?
A TikTok flurf.
It's like the people that go to court and they're like, "Judge, can I show you this evidence? Let me get it right here on my screen. Like, look, that's totally the document. Like, this is clearing my name, right? Like, get a fucking job, dude. Seriously, how do you not have?"
Where's the Guns Nathan happened? I think the next day. I wish I had that clip because that is very funny. So yeah, this is.
I've got a synchronized clip.
I kind of like this because I was part of it.
We should do, besides top left this year, we should do the top 10 clips from Flat Earth Meltdown, less than 60 seconds, rated from 10 to 1.
That's yeah.
The top 10 show for Flat Earth would be funny.
I mean, we all know that this year it's Flatoid with
with
the
Gem
crying.
Panda? Doesn't Gem Panda do something like that? Like on Sundays, normally he'll just like show all the highlights of the week, like the flurf, like fails, like Sports Center style.
That's great.
Yeah, it's funny. I've went to a server once, but I've never like actually jumped in. So.
Where did I leave? Okay.
He sounds exactly
so much derp, so little time.
Oh boy. And then, well, we have these videos.
Recording. There you go.
We have these videos that, of course, are in real freaking time. How the fuck do I work this?
I love the flurfs that didn't realize that the time lapses they put out, which, by the way, were Herculean effort to get the time lapse created and uploaded to YouTube, that there's real-time full footage at, I don't know, 30 or 60 frames. I don't know what they filmed at, that they have. Like, if anybody gives them a bullshit, they'll just go get the original.
Right.
I sent you Where Are the Guns if you wanted to show.
Oh, nice.
I mean, look at that. That's fucking pristine and brilliant at the same time. And now you see why the treaty is important. Like, look, what do you think that would look like if people could just go there and drop a fucking timber hut and then, set up base camp somewhere?
I mean, you're telling me, not that I would actually do it, but the impulse of just writing your name with P in the snow.
Oh, fuck yeah.
You can't do it, though. That's the thing, right? It's like
You can't, but
Yeah.
the impulse is there. So we need to protect it from ourselves.
I feel the like, hey, bro, like you got lookout. Yeah, you got lookout after this. Like, yeah, all right, nobody's coming. All right, do it. Right, like that would be a thing, right? I'm sure that's
right.
At the same time, though, knowing that if that's McKeegan right there, if he turned around and walked 100 yards into the unexplored path, he could die. He could drop and die and that's it, end his life. That's how dangerous it is.
Unreal Engine. Oh yeah, sure. It's Unreal Engine 20 because it was interacting with live streams. Oh, fuck! You can zoom in the video.
Yeah, the interactive one is fully interactive. You can zoom and you can pan and do whatever.
It kind of goes crazy when I zoom out. It doesn't like that I. There we go.
I think the web controls aren't as good as there's software you can get on your locally installed software that's much better. Also, you're manipulating a huge amount of data.
That's Jonathan.
Oh, hold on. What's that big yellow thing? Go up. Oh yeah. What's that? Yeah.
I heard.
I see two suns. I don't know about you.
I heard so many things. I heard that I heard Kevin say that we can't know where the sun is.
Right.
There are two suns here.
Look, right?
I also heard it was Satan. Yeah. I heard that it was a fake sun projected with lasers.
I mean, bro, they got technology that we don't even know.
They got all of the things.
So much.
All of the things. Jaron said hello from the number 2 country. What up, Max, from the number 2 country, Uruguay? I love that. I love that Uruguay is number 2. I'll take.
What the hell list is that from?
America's United, of course. You don't get the quarterly issue.
So, Jaron, today you were a year ago, you were on the ice.
Allegedly, finger quotes.
Yeah,
so-called ice.
On this thing that we're showing that is totally fake and gay. And I just had a debate with Nathan and Chris, and we were doing the after show while you guys were there setting up and streaming and with very low sleep and so on.
We'd love to have you on, Jaron. If you want to.
What an adventure.
What's it got tons of sleep?
Annotate this monumental occasion. Got room on the pen.
It is kind of wild that the length that something, which, I mean, you could just prove with a picture of the sun and a compass, right? That we had to go to the lengths of recording a 24-hour real-time video
with 2 cameras that could see each other just in case.
Each other and redundancies while also taking time lapses the Jaron was doing the pictures with the solar filter
and live streaming, so you couldn't do it in the studio.
Streaming.
That reminded me of when Jaron, I call it Setgate, when they think he said the sun set. Do you remember that part?
Yes.
Through his words? God, that guy never got to live that down. I'm sure he probably still.
Wow. Yeah, my favorite of all of those was when I woke up one day and Jaron had sent a video of someone promoting a conspiracy. The one of the ramen noodle cup. That was just like, and that person was just like, oh my, that is beyond desperation.
If only Mikey was there to measure the temperature of the sun with an infrared gun.
Mikey is the furthest away from fucking Antarctica.
That's the thing, though. They have no idea what it would take to light a studio, or for that sun to be fake in any regard. How many petawatts it would take. The amount of power, it doesn't exist. And where are the cables at, by the way, to this light source, or the laser? What nuclear reactor is nearby to power it?
Bro,
everything they say is the dumbest.
They have, they have so much technology. They hide it all.
It's just grasping at straws. They should all be so embarrassed.
I don't know. It doesn't look like the sun to me. It's looking a little bit satanic, I would say.
That's actually not a perfect sphere. Disregard the glare. It's not a perfect sphere.
That's a little bit satanic for my taste.
I've been watching some
Well, that's
videos too. It's funny that I see it in your feed.
That's the beauty of Dean Ogle or whatever his goddamn name is.
Odell.
At the end of the day, he can just fall back to Satan did it.
Imagine, imagine the conversation he had with his wife on the way to the church that morning. Like, honey, this is what I'm going to say. Let me run this by you. It's fucking Satan.
Okay, so let me pause this for just a second. We also had this. When Toon had a great idea one day of basically doing a preemptive show in which we detailed some of the excuses that we would see pre-TFE. Yes? Special thanks to ICSPN for keeping that. So,
can you zoom in on that, make it larger?
I mean, I kept getting asked that, but it's not.
That looks good.
Okay, there we go. So, two suns. Yes, the solar generator simulator. Reynald Wilson said full denial. They were drugged or hypnotized. Advanced hologram. We actually got that one. We did get the two suns and also one sun for each person. We got all kinds of that. Atmospheric illusion. We did get that one too. Reflections of the dome and so on. I don't care. We did get that. They never went anywhere. We did get that. Geo Illusion 3 KKA, not Antarctica.
Reynard Wilson had quite a few.
Yes. Reynard kept sending videos. He was out walking and kept sending videos.
That was so funny.
Marjorie Taylor Greene changed the weather. Drugged on Mars or similar. Antarctica rotates with the dome.
Wait. Back up one. Mars?
Yes.
So now we have to get to another planet to do this?
Yes.
Flat planet. Flat Mars Society, baby. 2030.
So it's more likely that we can go to another planet to fake this than the Earth being a globe. Holy
yep.
shit.
Don't try to understand it, Jack. All right? They all talk about galaxies and shit. Like
my bad.
Just pretend they don't.
Antarctica rotates with the dome. Personal sun. Yes, everyone has a personal sun.
By the way, what drugs would work for 2 years for that trip? Just please sign me up, you know.
I hear marvels about government-sponsored LSD.
Yeah, that would be good.
Kidnapped, held unwillingly in Antarctica. Ice wall, Narnia land, North Pole transportation. You know what that means.
Pac-Man, waka 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 waka.
Yes.
What is that? The waka waka.
Coffee cup caustic. Yep. Amalgamation. This one was the one that I thought. You grab all of the conspiracies that we get today and you put them all together. And then you get one like gigantic conspiracy.
Just as scary as anything else, yeah.
Light will do whatever it needs to do because reasons. Rehashing of Joshua's long day, aka magical sun held in the sky. Basically miracle. Those are usually good. Dude, that's just like your opinion, man. Aka.
This is before I knew who Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show was. So like number 16, I was like, Michael, Drunk and Debunked Show. Okay, let me just type that out. Question mark.
Drunk and Debunked. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's like before I was like I started following him because of like this remark, like very next week.
Yes.
I think a lot of us kind of jumped on that. So it's kind of
Inside sun, outside sun. We did get a little bit of that with OTW. He thinks that there is somehow a lower sun projecting through the vortex to the whatevers. Turtleback power, Antarctica reptile, and they use space lasers to create the impression of a 24-hour sun. So yeah, those were some of the preemptive conspiracies that we came up with on that.
You guys didn't predict facatoids null and invalid because it wasn't a formal experiment. Therefore,
a
we
formal
can't...
invite. Yes.
Well, and the formal invite too. Which, by the way, if you're going to do electronically, it turns out you need to have a Virgin keyboard, and you have to be a firstborn son to be able to send a formal invite. For reference in future.
It happened before you came in, but I showed that it happened during the year-end, the live streams. So I spent half the day streaming with FTFE and the other half of the day streaming with Toon. And I was smoking weed throughout the whole thing, chain smoking weed one after the other. And then this whole thing happens with Toon and Flatzoid while I'm there on the big stage. And my face is like,
yeah, it was.
Wait, what's this 10-year-old date for?
Because
get on. Is that
that's
got
okay.
TFE on it? Well, that TFE has nothing to do with the clothes he's wearing. It's been blacked out by whatever means, AI or post-editing, and that's actually the background of Will Duffy's logo, the final experiment box. It's a green screen effect, which is what we all woke up to this morning. There you go.
Got someone with a mic open. Hold on. It's McToon. Is that the real McToon?
Hello. I'm in Antarctica.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hey, dude.
The sun did not set 24 hours. What are you guys up to?
24 hours now.
Yep. Did not set.
24 hours.
It did.
Nathan's objection of like, oh wow, you didn't sleep for 24 hours like that. That is
What are you, a
something.
superhuman?
Like,
he had nothing here. He got caught unprepared.
Yeah, super hard. And it's like, dude, Nathan, I've raved for 3 days straight. And yes, also chirp.
Not set for 24 hours.
So you've been up for 24 hours straight? Wow.
I have.
Wow.
So has Dave McKeegan.
Both you and Dave stayed up 24 hours?
That's right.
Well, stayed up 24
Brilliant
hours.
repertoire.
I don't think anybody.
Yeah, the
Reporte.
like
Yeah.
recalculating.
Everybody else in our group did the entire time, but we had different people at different times. So I mean, lots of overlap. We've had, I think the count's 10, but we have between 8 and 10 cameras that have been filming the entire time.
Oh, I can't wait until Dave McKeegan publishes the synchronized video he made actually of all of the TFE footage. That one is going to be amazing. But he had some problems today. He was going to publish it after his live stream today, and he had to re-render and re-upload. But
That's a lot of work.
Yes, that's a lot of work because it's a long video. It's filled with all other videos and so on. So
Just the rendering is just so goddamn tedious.
Oh, yep, for sure.
Okay.
Yep. Turns out Nathan. Hey Nathan, you lied. Robert Shortman lied.
That's measured up.
Yeah, you're a liar, Nathan. You're a liar. You said the sun sets. You lied. Caught you. You're a scum. You lied.
Did you hear what Nathan just said to you? You hear what Nathan
I don't care what Nathan.
Nathan is there, like desperately trying to repeat his mantra, like Earth is measured flat. That won't work.
I love his
Said
catchphrase. Like
Nathan-
he thinks that's a get out of jail free, as if it means anything.
Right? Yes.
lied. He's a confirmed proven liar, Nathan. Nathan, you're a proven liar. I'm standing in Antarctica right now watching the sun. It did not set for 24 hours. You lied.
I lied about the sun.
You certainly did. You absolutely 100% lied about the Earth. Turn off your mute button there, Nathan. Unselect that little auto mute that you got that you're married to, your life partner, the mute button. Turn it off so that I can talk and you don't get to over talk me. Right?
You done?
Stop over talking me. You lied, Nathan. You're changing the You're changing the topic, you liar. You're changing the topic, you liar. Hey, Nathan, I'm recording this, Nathan. You're lying, Nathan. You are a liar, Nathan. You are lying, Nathan. The sun did not set for 24 hours. You said it does. You lied, Nathan. You said that I
Wait, did you see the corpse back there? Hold on.
set for 24 hours.
That's Jaren, I think.
He's on his way in, I think. He said he was
Yeah.
doing it.
Oh, okay. Then who is that? Whitted or Will?
No, that's Jaron. I'm saying like in real time where we're sitting here right now. He said he was going to come into the stream.
Oh, yeah. He said the 10 minutes or something.
What's it walks in like 30 seconds.
You lied, Nathan. You said that I would get turned away at gunpoint.
Look at Whitted, always being the humblest person in the room.
This is one of the rare moments that we catch him awake.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out.
By yawning.
Nathan, you said I would get turned away at gunpoint. Hey, stop talking, Nathan. Nathan, stop talking. Stop changing the topic, Nathan. Stop it. You said I would get turned away at gunpoint. You said I would get turned away at gunpoint, Nathan. Nathan, you said I would get turned away at gunpoint. I did not. I did not get turned away at gunpoint. You lied, Nathan. You absolutely do. I have screenshots of you from Facebook where you lied and said that I would get turned away at gunpoint. Nathan, you lied. You lied, Nathan. Nathan, you are changing the topic, Nathan. I am walking around outside in Antarctica right now. I've got 10 people here with me. I'm looking at the...
Oh my, Icy Spin, no!
Oh, what? This right here? Oh, it's fine.
Who does
I'm on the
that?
floor. I'm on the floor. It's fine.
Oh boy, no.
There's separation.
That is nightmare inducing.
I'm just setting the theme.
I'm looking.
Oh boy. I wasn't looking and then I looked back and I saw that and I was like, no!
It's like, which one do I have? This is the first one I saw.
It's like you're sitting in his lap.
I know.
Yes, it does look like you're about to sit in his lap. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
South of me, where the sun went overnight last night. Listen to me, Nathan. You said the sun sets. You said that if people tried to go to Antarctica, they would get turned away at gunpoint. I proved that you lied.
Oh, Shadowgate came out of this one. Remember? Yeah, no, the shadows!
The wacky inflatable tube, man.
Yeah.
They just don't match.
Nathan, all of your gullible idiot followers should be realizing right now that you are an idiot or you are a liar. You said you would get turned away at gunpoint. I did not get
hashtag boss.
Turned away at gunpoint. You lied, Nathan. I will perpetually call you a liar because I proved it, Nathan. I'm standing here in Antarctica looking at Mount Rossman. I'm walking around between the 10 cameras we have running. These 10 cameras are recording me. These cameras are recording me humiliating.
Oh, I love the lunch boxes with the batteries and stuff. That is so cool.
But wait, there's a shoe there. That proves it's fake. There's a boot.
Ah, yes.
Nathan, you are humiliated. You cannot address the topic. You are constantly deflecting from the topic. You are constantly over talking.
No footprint also. Yeah, that's also all fake.
Did any of this come through on Nathan's stream though? My guess is it was muted the whole time.
No.
Oh, it did?
No, Toon kept speaking, so every time that Oakley stops speaking, the auto mute turns off.
Oh, I love it.
And then you get Toon in the middle of a sentence every single time.
With your life partner, the mute button, you disgusting piece of garbage. You are nothing but a lying.
Toon is fucking livid, dude. I love it. He's been waiting for this moment for years, Max.
Oh
So,
boy,
like,
yeah,
just
I can imagine. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
like
can feel the rage.
it's the ultimate gotcha.
It's so good. I love it so
You are a liar, Nathan. You are a filthy, lying scum. Your fans, your followers are idiots if they don't immediately leave you. If they don't immediately demand that you stop lying, you need to stop now, Nathan. You are an absolute liar. Your entire life is dedicated to a lie. You are a useless human being. You do not belong here on the internet. You do not belong. Get off the internet. Stop putting your life.
Every thought that he's had at 2 a.m. after a stream, dude, it's just coming out of his mouth, right? Like right now, just regurgitating.
My bro, the one and only CK, for $4.99 says happy 1 year anniversary. Thank you, CK. I hope you're doing well. Boy, this clip is just historic.
Out there, you're running from the topic, Nathan. All of these cameras are recording me. Here.
People there just chilling.
I'm standing here next to Jaren's camera. It's watching me tell you that you're lying. Don't change the topic. The topic is Antarctica. The topic is Antarctica. The topic is Antarctica. Antarctica. Run from the topic. Run from the topic. Nathan cannot address the topic of Antarctica. He's a liar.
So good.
Gone. He would not touch the topic. Nathan Oakley said you can't go to Antarctica.
By the way, real quick on the shadows, you know, humans don't realize that their whole life has been trained observing the natural world and how it interacts. And when you watch this footage, there's nothing about it that looks out of place. Whenever Toon walks behind or in front of any object where there's a shadow, his shadow aligns with it when it's relative to the sun. And if you were to watch this, there's not a human that would go, that looks odd. And you see things that are out of place. Like the instant something is, like in AI, you spot it like that. Or if you're looking down the side of a car, you can see a 0.5 millimeter dent. Like the eye perceives and catches things. And so when they looked at this and saw the shadows and all that, as if they're cherry picking things, all they had to do was watch the video for another 30 seconds and they would have seen, again, desperation.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, Jaren says, I'll jump on in. I see the link. You got it. Mr. Gustafson for 100 sex. That's a lot of sexes.
So much.
Gold. That Toon clip is actually
Somebody needs
gold.
to send you some
Thank
dongs.
so much. Grounded Extra.
100,000.
Hello. Do you remember that night I did get a lot of Vietnamese dongs?
You got 250 dongs at one point.
Yeah, 250,000.
That was a lot, dude.
Oh wow, that's a lot of dongs.
Yeah,
it was like $4.80.
I'm no expert on dongs, but that seems like a lot.
Don't do that. it's more impressive if it's. I probably have the screenshot here. Hold on, because I was so happy. I actually, I have it.
How do I send you dongs? What do I need to do? What account do I need to do in what foreign country or what bank?
Surgery.
You can just change your.
Are those Thai or Vietnamese? What is that?
Vietnamese dongs, yes.
Well, in all honesty, you need a lot more dongs and Vietnamese dongs to match one US
One, yeah,
one US dong.
Oh, excuse me. But yes, we got a bunch of Vietnamese dongs.
That's a lot of
supporting the
dongs.
show. Yeah, that is a lot of more dongs than I could
This was a
have ever
concept.
anticipated, but
I
we got through it.
I never actually executed on this, but I thought it would be nice. I had this concept art made for the continent of Antarctica. I guess
Dude, I want that. The minute I saw that, I'm like, you need to really get that made.
Yeah, I pitched it to Toon, and he was like, "I love it."
But like some custom flavor of vodka called
all of
Flirt
the
Tears.
people.
Oh, sorry, there. I thought you were going to share.
It's in the shape of Antarctica, and it was just a.
The minute I saw that, I wanted that. But you could get like your own vodka, dude, and that could be the bottle. It'd need a slightly larger base so it doesn't tip over. But
yeah,
I don't know how much detail, but you could, if you could do a mold with the shape, you can probably have it glass.
I reached out to
blown.
like a couple of I reached out to a couple of glass companies, and it was a lot.
Flirt Tears brand vodka.
Yeah,
When your denial isn't deep enough and you need to get plastered.
that would kind of rock.
You could do that in plastic, though, I bet, really easily. You'd have to do it in optical grade, so it'd be more expensive, but no one's going to want to cast that in glass.
Yeah, but it has to be glass, right? Like, it's got to be nice. I would pack it very
Well, that's the
nicely.
problem, though. The glass and the shape of the mold is where the problem comes in.
The problem is the solution, though, unfortunately. I don't think I can do plastic. That's like, come on, dude. Like, if you're going to pick up a bottle of, like, Svedska, okay.
Let me tell you something
Like, if
about
you're going for
plastic.
top shelf
So
vodka.
I have some really expensive red wine, not red wine, balsamic vinegar. And the last time I got it, it's $15 a bottle. It came in a plastic bottle, and I'm like, how? That's ridiculous. But then about a month later, as I have both bottles, the glass and the plastic, and I'm still bitching about it, my daughter knocked the glass bottle of balsamic vinaigrette off it shattered on the kitchen floor.
How dare
Got in the grout lines and everything. And at that moment, I thought, you know what? I want plastic everything from now on.
Yeah.
How do you not sell your child into slavery after something like that?
Well, she was past 18 and I'd already set her free. It's hard to do that once you don't own them anymore outright.
Yeah, when you have to catch them,
This was Toon.
There's a lot more paperwork involved.
Yes.
This was Toon pre TFE. This was I got a rare photo of him before he went, and all of the gear that he brought. The sun.
Wait, where's the mole?
Solar panels, etc.
He does have the tickets, right?
Yeah,
Wait, but where's the
they're in his
moving
backpack.
mole, dude? Max, please tell me you know that story.
No.
Oh my God, Spin, you know this story, right?
Elaborate.
All right, so somebody, it's that girl that was sort of not, she was tolerable, that was on debating with Toon for like 2 hours. She's a flirt.
Sol.
Yeah. So she claimed
the
she had footage.
Molegate. Yeah,
Molegate.
She
I got a photo for that.
She introduced a brand new angle that no one ever saw coming almost a year after the event. Molegate.
Yes. Molegate. Yes. Now I remember.
I got a
We
picture.
also had this debate with FTFE and Matthew Hakim on whether TFE, the final experiment was a hoax. Matthew Hakim, I mean, a modern thinker, one of the greats of our contemporary time. Yes. Still running away from me, though.
True.
Hi, Matthew. He watches the show, so say hello to Matthew. Hi.
Hey, what's up, piece of shit? How are you? Hopefully you're watching this. Fucking asshole.
So yeah, we had the aftermath, and we went all around and round and round with the conspiracies, the different ones. We've been mentioning about. Oh, we got Jaron here. Hello, how you doing?
Hey,
You are there. Yes.
There, we fixed it. And I got to make sure you're not on YouTube here playing. Good. I got the right sound. What's going on, Max?
I am doing fantastic. The summer is settling in here, and I thought, given that today is the anniversary, you guys were on the ice, and I was debating Nathan and Chris from TikTok, both of them with FTFE. It was fun.
What's Vlad doing back there behind us?
He's fine. He's frustrated. Monkey Cat Pat sent him a super chat. He wasn't happy with.
I noticed he hasn't really streamed since I showed him my tickets, huh?
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
He did a little bit of a cope stream afterwards. That immediately saying that now that you got the tickets, they don't matter because they could be fake.
Right, of course.
Yeah, he faked a ticket to show how it could be faked.
And then I showed my video. I showed the video of it actually in my wallet, of course.
Correct.
Well, his QR code also didn't function, and that's something nobody called him on.
Well,
it was a mess, but yeah, he did that Coke Fest, and then just went away. So, how has this year been in your experience? Drastic changes, I can imagine.
Yeah, a little bit.
We got a drunk guy in here.
Hey.
What's up, brother?
In the dark,
I am in the dark. Well,
let me show you this. Let me show you this real quick. You tell me if anybody has shown this yet. And I just found this, and it's kind of funny because I'm like, but I haven't seen anybody else show it yet. Have you seen anybody else show you their certificate of achievement?
Oh, hold on.
Nice. From Antarctic Logistics and Expeditions. Look at this. And this is to certify that
Allegedly.
me set foot on the southernmost continent on the 14th to 17th of December.
So-called most.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember being handed this.
That's the most southernmost inside the wall.
Look, that's quality cardstock you got there.
This is 3D text right here. You can't do this. You got to go to Staples to get that done. It's 3D text. But I think everybody else must have got one too. I just haven't seen anybody show it yet. Anyway. As if we needed more proof.
Yeah. No.
Because you have it, it is irrelevant.
Right, of course.
If you have 13 cameras, you should have had 14. If you have 85 cameras, you should have had 86.
Right, of course. Yeah, it's always that. It's always something.
We've been going today on a trip down memory lane. We watched the first announcement video and then kept moving in through the timeline. But I wanted to ask you, like, how this last year has been. I can imagine that's quite a story.
Yeah, it's been good and bad. I mean, I wouldn't change anything, so it doesn't really matter, I guess is the way to look at it. Right. You got to put truth first. It's been disappointing to see the kind of people I was hanging out with or the kind of people that I associated with, because you get to see everybody's true colors, right? I mean, people that you look at one way and then, adversity comes along or you change your opinion on something. You don't expect those people to become like filth, something I could have never done. Right. I mean, it doesn't matter. Conspiracy music guru is somebody who shared a video that Santos Bonacci put out that basically called for the death of me, my wife, my son.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, just to imagine myself in a position where he became a Glober and then for me to then share a video that called for his death, I would never be that kind of a piece of shit. So it's just, right. That's what's so sad is to see, we're like Dave Weiss. I mean, the guy still has not talked to me since I got back. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And somebody who you would think is a friend for 10 years, and then you go to, and I told him, hey, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to say the truth. Okay. So I go down there, I say the truth, and then he hasn't talked to me since. So to imagine that same thing being true the other way is just ridiculous because I'm not a piece of shit. Right. So if Dearth went down there and came back and said it was a globe, I would spend the next months watching everything he was doing. So I could figure out why this guy for 10 years was a flat earther and then change his mind. That should be a big deal to flat earthers. They should be like, wait, there's somebody who was a flat earther for 10 years that changed his mind. Let's watch him. Instead, they all block me because that's what they're taught. So then, they've just created themselves a nice little echo chamber where they are going to exist for quite a while there. But
fascinating was the 6 months prior, right? I think you had an early taste because we were all watching it. Trust me, we were like on the edge of our seats, like,
right.
Hey, Jaren looks like he's actually taken in what we're seeing, and like, so you kind of had a transition, but then I feel like it hit you hard, like after the fact or something. Right?
Well, it's just the 6 months before was everybody has always known that. And so the fact that they all pretended like they didn't, or the sun doesn't matter, or it's like, what are you talking about? We all know that the reason that we say there's no 24-hour sun is because it destroys the model. So,
Right.
and then everybody else wanted to play pretend. And that's when and then you got Dubé coming out and being like, oh, it doesn't matter. It's like, what? It's 4 of your 200 proofs. Now it doesn't matter because we're going to go down there and check. So just everybody revealed themselves very quickly. I mean, there's nobody who would say that unless. So think about this. Dubé must have known that we would see it.
Right.
Because there's no other. He even said, Dubé even said that if we went down there and saw the sun set, it wouldn't prove the Earth was a globe. I mean, I'm sorry, that it wouldn't serve that it wouldn't say that the globe was falsified or that the globe had a globe. It wouldn't prove that the Earth was flat, which it really would have. I mean, if we would have gone down there and saw the sunset, that means the globe is disproven because the globe has to have the north and south be symmetrical. So if the north experiences a 24-hour sun at the 80 degrees north, which it does, then if the south does, it's a globe, and if it doesn't, then it's flat. I mean, it was basically that simple. So to see everybody, and the flat Earth should be done. The flat Earth should be done.
But Jaron, this is a core difference between you and a lot of them. They know what they would see, and your believed shape of the Earth and your perceived shape of the Earth reached a point where you had to make a decision. And kudos to you for having the fucking honesty internally to admit what you saw, deal with the fallout, because that's at the bottom. No one measures themselves when things are going great. It's when something happens to make you question yourself. And I've got a lot of things I disagree with what you've done and how you've done it. However, that's the difference between you that puts you in a different class. For example, how Witsit dealt with it. The Catzoid completely ignores it. Dave it's a business to him. So, kudos to you, buddy.
We started on a bit of a sour note. Let me ask you, Jaron, out of
Yes.
the whole thing, what was the best for you, or the greatest moment, or whatever? Kind of a more of a happy question.
I think altogether, just the whole trip. I mean, as one, the experience was awesome. It was, and I guess it's kind of weird because people are always going to say, "Oh, we didn't, you were wrong so much before. Why would we believe you now?" But there is a difference between believing and then knowing, right? And my wife even said before I left, when you get back, we're going to know. And it's like, yeah, and that was the difference between before. And always kind of thinking, and I think a lot of people get into flat Earth for that reason, that they think that maybe like, oh, this will never be proven, so I'll get in there and I can just play around and it'll allow me to grift for a while. I think a lot of people get in for that reason, but this allowed me to know. So now I know the shape of the Earth. So that's what makes it so hard. Is I'm watching all these flat Earthers, and it's not like watching them and believing that the Earth is flat and watching flat Earthers flounder and make fools of themselves. It's knowing that the Earth's a globe and watching flat Earthers flounder and make fools of themselves, right? I mean, that's a lot hard. It's not like it's not a belief.
That's the wild part, bro.
That's the crazy part.
You're told to your face that you were not where you fucking were.
Right.
Like, I mean, it's just wild.
No, and I mean, it's made me think of how I feel about the moon landing and other conspiracies too now, because I've seen the exact same response in the way that people, oh, the shadows are off. Well, you weren't there. We were there. And a little undulation in the ground, and oh, how come we can't see this from here? Well, because there's a little hill there. So there's all these. Why did that truck disappear into the mountain? Because you're retarded. So
I have a question about those conspiracies.
Yeah.
Which one was the one your favorite?
Oh man.
Or the dumbest. I mean, however you want to answer.
I had that cup of Apollo.
That was my favorite.
That was good. That was good.
That was good because I woke up and I saw your Telegram post and I went to it and I was like, wait, are these people serious? And
yeah, that guy was serious too. I thought it was a joke too.
Right? It lasted like 10 minutes and then it was gone. Because everyone realized you had to look at the video one time and realize, oh,
it's
a Spanish cup of noodles. Got it.
Right. The latest one, I don't know if you've heard this one with the mole. That girl that you guys did an interview with, Rusted Soul.
Rusted Soul, yes, the mole.
She thinks she got to the right. I mean, that's just kind of, it's so ridiculous now to look at and just think everything that we provide, to think that finding that mole negates all that. Like
Right?
Oh, clearly now it's all it's all fake. Everything's fake because I found this mole.
I have a question though, Jaron.
I got some bottom.
Were the flat earthers, like, I know there was like 2 separate camps going into it, right? But and Toon, I feel like Toon, McKeegan, and the Globe side took precautions to like be extra careful to like document certain things. Like, were you guys and like Whitsitt and Jonathan, were you guys and Elizabeth like privy to kind of trying to take precautions too, or was that kind of kept separate and it was like their thing?
No, I mean, so really, if you kind of go back and look at it, we were supposed to go down there to observe. Was really nobody said, "Oh, go down there with all this equipment. It's going to be this big scientific thing." And then you have to remember, I thought the trip was going to be canceled. So I mean, it wasn't until like 2 months before that it really started to get serious, and then all of a sudden things started to arrive at the door. Clothing starts to arrive. Now you're like, "Oh shit, I gotta record this." So I got to get a GoPro and do some practicing with that, and then I got to get a camera for the tape the sun. So it just became all of a sudden like a rush to get stuff. So clearly those guys put more effort into it. They knew what we were going to see. So it would be different if I can say like I knew I was going to see it. And yeah, I start to realize it as we got closer and closer when the trip was going to happen. Clearly, especially the days before when we're at ALE's office, and I mean, it's not like we're going to be at ALE's office. We're dropping off our, no, this is a real place. This is really
real.
Right. This is real. So, the way that the hotel worked when we got there, and you can tell that they work with ALE, and this is where they always have the people stay. So just everything about it seemed very operational.
Normal people going about their normal
Absolutely.
business.
And it happens every day. And it happened. This is why I get so mad now to these guys, because I'm like, it's so easy to think in your head, oh, it's all fake. But it's when you actually play it out in real life and you realize all the people that are down there, all the bases that are down there, all the employees down there, there's 70 employees down there, Union Glacier alone. And there's another 50 camps down there during summer in Antarctica. So there's, and I'm not saying they all have 70 people. I don't know how many they have, but they all have people there. And so to just start imagining that they're all lying, that they're all faking it, that they're all being paid off, that's where it's just an insane conspiracy theory. It's just, it's too far-fetched.
But at the end of the day, it's just regular people going to work. Just
Absolutely.
that they have a bit of an exceptional job.
Yeah, and those people are smart, man. I was talking to a couple of them, and they would say, "Yeah, I get 4 months off a year. I work 4 months here. We don't pay for anything. We don't pay for food. We don't pay for our car. We don't pay for rent." Then they go somewhere else, like usually Alaska or something, and do like that summer they'll mountain leader or whatever, tour guide, and then they say then the other 4 months they have money that they can go anywhere in the world that they want, and they can still save and save more money than we're all saving. So, more power to them. And they're down there, they have a good time. And then it makes sense. All the things like quiet hours, right? I remember before the trip, I'm like, quiet hours. Oh, they're going to put everybody in their tent and lock you in there. And that's how they're going to fake the sun. And then you get down there and you just realize that there's 70 people that live down there. They don't want to be woken up at 2 a.m. Because they have to have regular schedules. So just because we're there and we're having fun and we want to be out, and this is why they think they were so happy to ship us off to secondary, because at least we wouldn't be out there making a bunch of noise or doing anything in the middle of the night, doing those live streams, right? Like if we would have done those live streams at the main camp, the employees that work there would be sleeping.
Right.
So there's just things you don't think about when you're not there, and then you're there, and it's it all makes sense.
Even if you go to like a regular camping site with your tent in the woods, they do have quiet hours. So it's funny to see the whole conspiracy mindset jumping into action. Like, oh yeah, they're going to lock us in so that we.
And it's where really your knowledge ends. Like where your knowledge, like for me, I've never been a camping guy. My dad never took us camping, nothing. So I don't go camping.
Okay.
So when you mention that now, it's kind of funny because I'm thinking to myself, like, well, I've never. So it's when you start making conspiracy theories around things that you just don't know shit about. Right. So you're like, oh no, quiet hours are gonna like. How would they lock you in your tent anyway? How would you take a piss? How would you, go to the bathroom if you had to go to the bathroom? It's like, oh, I am locked in here. I got to shit in a can now. I mean, it's just so you don't realize those things till later that you're just being ridiculous. So now it really opened my eyes to everything, and now you can see it from the Charlie Kirk thing, from everything that you watch these people spiral, and it's just the same thing that they're just they act like they know everything. Oh, I know exactly what a 30-06 would do, and no, you don't. It's just so it's really opened my eyes to a lot of people that posture, I think you would call it, on the internet. speak about things they don't know about. You know,
introduce different patterns that you weren't aware of before, right? Like patterns.
Because I was knee deep in it, right? I mean, when you're in that conspiracy mindset, it's because I think that what happens is your brain just doesn't want to learn anything new, doesn't want to admit that it's wrong, doesn't want to have to apologize to people, doesn't want to have to eat crow. So it really will create any excuse. It's kind of a phenomenon that would be tough to study, but ask any of these people that have been in, like Robbie Davidson. I was just talking to him the other day, and he was saying the same thing. He's like, "Have you noticed with all the conspiracies now that you look at them and I'm like, oh yeah, he's like, I have to readdress them all." So no, I feel
a good support system between you and him and maybe some others, but like for you guys to be like, damn, what's real or what's going on?
Yeah, it's very few. I mean, everybody still has that conspiracy gene in them. I mean, we all do. I mean, I still do. If somebody were to ask me, what's your feeling on 9/11, I'd be, oh, well, so I'm still going to venture back into that. And that's just something that's going to take time or whatever. But yeah, I mean, we all have that thing. I was just talking to a guy, David, who was a flat earther. Now he's back to the globe. And I mentioned something about the moon landing. He's like, oh man, I just can't get behind that yet. And so we had a little conversation just today, back and forth about the moon, because he's just like, I just can't imagine how could they operate in such a temperatures there? And I'm like, well, okay. So I said, already you're going with temperatures. So now you're going to take NASA's telling you what the temperature is there. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to accept that, then how can you not accept them saying what they did? Right. So it's, this is where you can just trap them right away, is they'll all take NASA's numbers. So they want to pick and choose. I mean, imagine if you just get to pick and choose what you get to use as evidence. I mean, well, life's easy. And that's what they do, right? And then they can also turn anything around. So no matter if you do too much, it's like, okay, so they all say, how come the ALE didn't post about you on their Twitter, social media? They didn't post about you anywhere. They didn't do it. They didn't.
Yeah.
So before the trip, 2 days before the trip, Austin and I and Lisbeth sent them an email saying, you're not allowed to use this in any of your promotional material. So this is what they don't even realize, these guys. And then they're like, but if we would have not done that, right? And they would have posted us everywhere, they'd be like, oh, look at these shills. They're being posted everywhere.
Yes.
Highlighted by ALE. So this is where there is no winning.
No, 100%. I think that's what would happen, because
it's guaranteed.
We were going through some of the videos today, and for example, out of one of the first live streams, we had the patch thing in the chest with the whole green screen, blah blah,
which actually proves it's not we're not in a green screen,
right? Yes, but out of that, we had there are no green screens in Antarctica stream, and that led to the whole drone and MC Toon and the beeping of the drone, right? So the conspiracies kept popping up. They kept getting shut down, but out of the shutdown, a new conspiracy. It was fascinating to watch, like in real time.
Yeah. Oh, in real time. I mean, because that's the thing. Again, if you're a flat earther, then you have to believe that there's no 24-hour sun. So if we're saying that there is, then you have to these guys have already decided. You've heard them say, well, we know it's not a sphere.
Yeah.
So they already think so this is not scientific inquiry. This is, I already know that the Earth's flat. So if you already know the Earth's flat, and then you're getting footage that tells you that it's not, then you already know it's fake. So now you just have to dig through the footage and find the evidence. And this is why they find a little flag is a flying skier. It's just desperation. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. It's just trying to find, it must be fake. So therefore there must be artifacts of it being fake. And this is, these guys will just spiral and say something stupid or not go out. It's like the guy Sam saying that Toon's head passed in front of the sun when it clearly didn't. There's just all these little nonsense, which if they just understood.
Or Steve, that he wasn't called.
Do you think they realize they're doing it, Jaron? Do you think that they don't, right?
Not really, because again, they already have come to the conclusion. Their mind has already reached that conclusion. If your brain's already reached the conclusion that the flat Earth is true, and here's what it all stems from. And David said the same thing today too. It's just because the globe to us is absurd. At least to a flat earther, they've already said, and I think that if everybody admitted that that it's a little strange that we live on a spinning ball in space. That's weird. Now, it's fact. It's true. And so you just get over that and accept the world for the way it is. But flat earthers get to the point where they say it's absurd that we're on a globe, therefore it's not true.
Right.
Which is just, now, okay, well, if you've already started there and then you've convinced yourself of that and then you match it to your religion and then you start saying that God only could create this flat earth, well, then how are you ever going to get out of it? That's why I feel for the religious people, the religious ones that attach it to their religion. It's going to be tough, man. That's something I never did. So it wasn't a matter of, to me, I'm not a Christian, so it's not like I need the Bible to be true or anything. So I don't.
Right.
So
yeah, but when you get those two ideas married, it's very hard to divorce them.
Well, because they say that anything coming from outside of that is Satan, right? So that's why everybody says now I'm satanic. You're working for the devil, because to them, the only person that would deceive the Christians with a shape of the earth deception that makes no sense is the devil and people that work for him. And God's truth needs to be protected. And this is, this dome earth or whatever that they think God created. But
by the way, great job on the Dean Odell circle. I'll put it on unlisted on my channel. I think I've shared it with Max and like a couple of others. But
I was going to bring that up. I played a little bit of on my show last night.
Yeah,
so fucking funny.
Man,
from the time in the ice, like in Antarctica itself, boots on the ground. What was your favorite experience there?
Geez. It's a tough one. I would just say that that just getting there. So obviously the plane landing on the ice was unbelievable. And then I think that getting off the plane was just magnificent. It just felt
right.
Like I'll never, and to even describe it, it seemed like another world. So, and even flying in, the sea ice, it's all broken up down there. I've never seen that before. And I've been a lot of places in the world. And so I've flown a lot of flights and never seen sea ice like that. And then realizing that, like, when we talk about, hey, why don't they let us go to Antarctica? And then seeing that and realizing what are you going to do? You're not even going to reach there. What are you going to do? Drive your boat up and then get out of your boat. And then now you walk. Now what? Because there's just more ice and more water, more ice and more water, more ice. So you're talking about, you have to have one of those huge ice breaking ships that governments have, right? There isn't just so I say they should just tell all the flat earthers that you're allowed to go down there. Just go down there, have fun, because they'll all die. There's nothing, you're not going to make it. So, how far are you going to let us explore independently? Go and explore independently, and you'll last one crevasse and you'll fall down 20 feet and be gone. And then, then we have to go clean up your body and and who's going to pay for that? You didn't buy any insurance, that stuff's not covered. So when you're there and you see how pristine it is, I don't want people down there. That it is literally the last place on earth that is untouched. So I can see why it's not just a free for all. You don't want, and then to see how controlled ALE is on their camps, where, you take your piss here, you shit here, because everything gets packed up and these, and then shipped off the continent. That's crazy to me. I would think they would just bury it there. But the fact that they actually take all the waste, everything, all the garbage off the continent, the whole thing is a well-run operation. And it's, and then you look at the Antarctic Treaty and you see that the reason for it is the reason it states that it is to protect the last place.
Did you read it prior?
Huh?
Did you read it prior? Did you read the Antarctic Treaty prior to going?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and I understood it all. I get, this is why they don't want you to take oil down there. You don't want to, this is why the plane has to fly with a full tank. When it leaves Punta Arenas, it goes with a full tank, lands at Union Glacier, because they can't keep fuel there. So they can't refuel the plane in Antarctica. That's why every time it comes, it goes. It's, they don't even turn it off. And in fact, they say they can't. If they turned off the plane, it would freeze over. So they land the plane, they turn it around. That's why the people that are there get on the plane after the people that arrive, and then it flies back. So just all the stories like that are cool. There's one pilot that does the whole thing. He's the only one that can fly that plane or fly that flight path. And they say that ever since ALE's been in business, that it's never taken off from Punta Arenas and not landed, which they're pretty proud of. And so, just hearing those kind of stories, and So that's why when you hear that you're going home a day early, you're like, all right, if that's the pilot that flies us all the time and he wants to go a day early, let's go a day early.
Right.
I'm not going to argue with that.
I was tracking the flight when you guys departed from Punta Arenas. I was tracking the flight and taking screenshots.
Nice.
And then when it started dawning on me that people were like, oh yeah, blah, 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 this and that, I realized that on the series of screenshots, you get the flight. Right now it's 1,424 people with this page open tracking it live, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the sequence moves because on the previous screenshot, it was 772. And then it keeps going 1,424, 1,444. And this is the final, approach. But
Nice.
I was taking the screenshots with the whole thing zoomed out so that I could get everything and not just the plane in the middle of the blue. But this also became handy with like Rusted Soul was requesting like the tracking of the plane, but you guys were on it, so how would you even do that?
Yeah, but I've heard her before. Then she'll say, well, the tracking's coming from GPS, which is run by NASA, so therefore what are we supposed to trust them?
Yeah.
So it's just there's
at some point if you ask, and we give, but you don't accept anything.
How about the one that when Vlad says that Toon sent me a bunch of stuff, but I'm not going to open those emails. I don't trust them. You're really true seeker there.
Exactly.
Hey, they don't have any of this footage. Here's all our footage. I'm not opening those emails. They have no footage.
The funny thing is, he said that on stream. He's like, I'm not
I know.
It's so ridiculous, bro.
That's what I thought was ridiculous. Like, why are you just admitting that? and then 2 seconds later, he says, and I opened this email from Dave McKeegan. And then even Vika's like, why'd you open that email? He's like, oh, well, because it was directly from it. And it just falling apart. So sad.
Kango 44 for 10 New Zealand dollars. Conspiracy thinking is a real problem these days, eroding people's trust in the established facts. Jaren, I think you're doing a lot of good turning away from Flat Earth. I hope your 160K subs take it on board. It's been rough with the audience and so
the
on.
views are not. I'm not really reaching anybody new, but we'll see. Maybe there's some things coming up. I do have a book in the works, so if I think
nice.
I don't want to say that because I don't want the people that are writing it to steal it from me. Whatever that makes no sense. It's so funny to me
that soap opera is so good.
Isn't it so funny? Of course
I don't care who wins. I'm just there for
it's just fun. It's like going to a WWF match. I want to be shown a good time. That's all.
Good show.
Because those guys are so, but it's so good to see them fall apart. It really is. So, and then like I'm writing a book, but I don't have any copy of it.
Yes. And they are now saying that they will publish my book on their own because they have
just makes no sense. Because what is he going to sell? 200 copies?
Well, I mean, I did a couple of reviews of Oakley, and then also I did a review on the QE side. QE wanted to do sort of like a contract where he would only start getting money after the book has sold 250,000 pounds.
That's good. That's like, that reminds me of, did you see Angels of Shite, which I like that name, on TikTok the other day? He says we can see 2,500 miles. He's like, oh, look at this.
The Vika observation, right?
We can see the Himalayas from 2,500 miles. I'm like, dude, why don't you start at like 500? Since we don't have that, let's start there. Since maybe you'd think that maybe we'd see 1,500 before we see 2,500. Maybe we'd see 900 miles before we saw 2,500. Maybe we'd see 600 miles. Like, this guy just jumped straight to 2,500 like it's a fact. Here's the proof. Oh yeah, 2,500 miles.
I was watching that live, and Angel. Oof.
Oh man.
That's why TikTok is just the last bastion of Flat Earth. Let me read this from my screen for $10. Good stream, but thanks for having us on. Thank you for joining me on this remembrance trip. When I was asking you about what best experience when you were there, I was kind of thinking that that scenic route that they took you on the flight, smoking weed in Antarctica. That's also pretty badass. I mean, would qualify for that question. I don't know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, if you're talking about those, I mean, there's lots of little moments. I mean, I told Dave the other day, just thanked him again because he was somebody, if you ask me the big points of the trip, it was always with Dave. It was always in a conversation with Dave. It's just different because the way that he addressed me or the way that he would kind of explain things. So talking about, him with the mount, then also we were on the bus on the ride back from the airport. We had a half-hour conversation. So there's a lot of moments like that. Him and I, everybody was sleeping when he came into the tent. I think it was the time that I had the cup of noodles out. We had a little conversation there. So there's just a lot of little moments that I remember. I didn't have any moments like that with Duffy or even Toon, really. So certainly not with Mark, certainly not with really anybody else besides Dave. So I think that's memorable. Yeah, getting the joint down there was nice. Especially the timing of it was perfect because it was right at the, when we got back to the camp when we were going to get to go to the tent for the first time. So it was nice to be able to just kind of conk out right there. But but then, the trip really moved a lot faster than you expected too, because when we got back to the camp that night, then we go to sleep. We wake up around 10 or 11 in the morning, and then we are showering, and they come and tell us, "Oh, you're leaving tomorrow morning at 9." Or sorry, you're leaving tomorrow, but you have to have your luggage and everything in by 9. So then it was already like 11. So it was, we had less than 24 hours left before we had to be gone. So it just seemed like the trip moved very quickly. Another thing I just learned, Toon's putting up videos that he took on the trip on his channel right now. I don't know if you guys seen, day 1, day 2, whatever. So I was watching a portion of it, and he's in this room and he's talking, and he says that this is before we left. He's like, "Oh, the weather is only going to be good the first day, but it's not supposed to be good after that," which is crazy to me because I didn't know that. In fact, when we got there, I thought Duffy was being kind of pushy because he wanted to go to the secondary camp right away. We got to go there. We got to set up. I'm like, wait, let's chill out here at the camp. Why don't we do the time lapse from here? And in fact, I think that's part of the documentary. The part that I've seen of the documentary is Duffy and I having this kind of disagreement about whether to go to secondary camp or not. Now, I didn't know until today that those guys knew the weather before we went there. So I never, that wasn't, that information wasn't passed on to me that, hey, there's only going to be weather. There's only good weather forecasted the first day. So it would have made more sense to me. Obviously we would have got there and so it was just learning that today was kind of crazy. I was like, oh, I didn't know that those guys knew that.
Was all of Toon's footage new to you? Like everything that he's been uploading, it's from his vantage point, but like, except for what you were involved in, it's like brand new to you.
Even what I was involved in, I didn't know he was filming a lot of that. I mean, yeah, I've got my own opinions about that. I don't think some of that stuff should be out, but that's Toon's his own man. He's got to, do whatever he wants. But yeah, some of that footage I did not even know existed. So that's why I've kind of tuned into some of it. And obviously I knew that he was recording that argument we had in the ALE office, when we were talking about the contract.
That contract, yes.
Yeah. So, but no, like some of the walk stuff, I guess I knew he was carrying his camera. I didn't know it was on sometimes. But
Jaron,
no,
do you have any insight to the documentary at all?
No. So, I mean, I know last time I talked to Jonathan, I think he said he was getting kind of close. He was cutting it down as far as the length because of I guess it was too long. So that's what they were working on. I talked to Will. I went to, we were both at the same Warriors basketball game, whenever that was, 2 weeks ago. So we kind of talked a little bit then, and I had said something about, will it be out for the anniversary? He's like, no. So that's all I know is that it was kind of so I don't think anybody should expect it this weekend or anything like that. I mean, if that's what people are thinking. So because I was kind of hoping, I thought that would be cool, but so unless they were doing that as a surprise to me, even, which you never know. I mean, maybe I guess they could be, but Duffy made it seem like that was not a possibility. So I know that Duffy had said something like, well, John's got some other, paying jobs that he's has to get, that he's working on. So I don't think he, I wouldn't expect it right away. That's all.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still being worked on. It's still supposed to be great. So I think it's nearly done or done. So I think it might just be getting it with the right release, or who's it going to go to, or is it going to, they're going to try and give it to a streaming person or, streaming company or not? I don't know. That's not my, my avenue. That's all them. So I'm sure John's got some great people in that business. So I think he's going to get something cool for it. We'll see.
Isa says, been a member for 5 months. No birthday wishes for me. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that we were past 12. So happy birthday.
Happy
Isa.
birthday, Isa.
Happy birthday, Isa.
Happy birthday, bro.
Yes.
Thank you.
I see Spin for $2 said happy birthday. Isa, chirp. Isa, yes, chirp. Always chirp.
35 years old. Nice.
Yeah, young man.
So then we had you came back, and then we started seeing the conspiracy kind of claims like really ramp up with the release of new material. New dumb conspiracies were popping up like left and right, and there were conspiracies about the conspiracies. An absolute shit show.
The Fake Plasma Sun by Dave Weiss.
The Fake Plasma Sun, yeah, stuff like that.
They switched it out when he says they switched it out from behind the plane. When the sun was behind the plane, we were flying down there, and I guess the sky people came in and changed it out. Nobody noticed.
Naturally.
I don't know if you saw, but that continues even up until today. In the whole Shiva thing, they were still crying about TFE. And about the same objections, like looking at the sky can't tell you anything about the ground and this and that, like absolutely ridiculous positions. But it has like Vika, for example. Vika did.
Let me get I'll get the wig if you want. Still sitting there.
That was good. That was a good.
Vika did with this Shiva thing. Did like 24 hours of live streams divided in 7 live streams. Like that is just insane. And then it was Flatsoy Coping, Sob, and Roger Ledwell, and Ironwork. All of these people just making stream after stream after stream of just crying
for a year.
For a year. I mean, they're still doing it today.
Yeah. No, it's sad because how are you ever going to change your worldview if your worldview is, I already know the truth, and anybody saying anything different is liar.
Right.
Yeah, then why even discuss your beliefs, or you already get your set, because there's absolutely nothing that's going to change your mind. So that's basically where they're all at, and it's unfortunate because it's kind of simple, and you can actually do it yourself. You can prove the shape of the earth. This is not something that should be that difficult. So that's what I mean. It sucks to see that now and have to watch them all flounder. I certainly don't wish them, bad, but at the same time, you're like, I don't know how to explain it. If you kind of know that train's going to derail, right? You just, it's a matter of time, but on its way out, you just don't want it to take out some school or something on the way out. It's so you're just kind of like praying for a cliff so that the train just goes off the cliff and you get rid of all the people that are causing the problem right now. But no, I mean, it's just sad to see for me, because I know of people who have lost relationships. I know people who have lost best friends. I know people who have lost brothers and sisters who have, then I had to watch so many people die within the flat earth community in the time that I was in it. So once you've seen all that and you realize that none of those people, I don't know anybody in the flat earth that if I look at now is doing better than they were 5 years ago. So, so I'm watching these people basically wreck their lives. Now I know that they're lying to their children. Now I know that they're technically indoctrinating children with a belief that's going to hurt them in the future in pretty much every aspect of life, friendships, schooling, education, jobs. If you've taught somebody that the earth is flat and then you teach them that it's connected to their religion, that you are damaged. That's, I don't want to say the abuse word, but it's as close as you can get to doing, you're definitely doing damage to that child, or that you're going to be worse off because of what you've taught them. And that's something that, it's hard for me to watch, knowing that I helped put some people there, to be honest. So I just want to make sure all those people have heard me say I was wrong, heard me say the reasons I'm wrong and the reasons that they can prove to themselves. And if they choose at that point to close their eyes, I hope that it kind of wipes me karmically, because what else can you do? I can't go rescue them, or, if they want to, but I just hope that they hear me, because again, I just think they're all told to block me. So if they haven't watched my like Unplugged series where I went through 12 episodes of basically, here's why I was wrong, here's all the ways that you can show it. I mean, it's just simple. I mean, it's just, you just hope that one of those things catches them. And I think it will. I think some of them have taken time. I've gotten lots of emails from people that say, hey, I've never chatted, I've never commented, but I was a flat earther and now I'm not because of what you've done. So thanks a lot. So, I mean, in more than, a couple dozen. So it's not like, but again, and that may be a small number in the huge comparison of flat earthers, but look at their videos now. What's the last flat earth video that got more than 10,000 views?
No, it's in real shambles. I mean,
so I mean, you talk about in 2016, 17, I could put out a video, get 35,000 views. Dubé would get 120,000 views. So all this flat earth stuff was going out there and hitting a huge audience, and now it's just hitting nothing. So if there's anybody who thinks that the flat earth is still going, it's just the creators that are thinking that their views are being kept down by YouTube. So, I'll probably thinks he's getting 10,000, 20,000 people. Oh, they're just holding my views back. Sure.
The problem is that you see it, you can see it live with the amount of people that are watching it live. You see the numbers, and like you even see it in the topics. There's no more debates. There's no one debating.
Right.
They latch on to whatever topic they could, like with the Charlie Kirk thing.
Right.
For 2 weeks straight, we had live stream after live stream from flat earthers talking about how that death was fake or some shit like that.
And again, right after we get done with TFE, where we were explaining to everybody that you're taking the videos off of YouTube and you're using the worst compression artifacts and trying to claim things about it, which is just clueless. And then again, the Charlie Kirk things happened, and the very first videos that come out, the worst ones, people are downloading, making comments about. It's just like, man, I mean, it's just the same thing over and over again. And it's pretty sad to see, because you're right, they have nothing left. They've not made any good argument. There's no, like I told somebody the other day, there's nobody sitting at home right now trying to figure out how to make the flat Earth work with the 24-hour sun. There's just nobody doing that. There's nobody working on it. It must be fake. Because there is no working on it. There's no explaining it. Yeah, it's got to be. So I mean, I think that flat Earth should be much, much less a year from now, much less. And I think that that's a good thing. It's gonna. The only problem is with TikTok. Although I'm somebody who thinks TikTok could probably be blown up, and I wouldn't care. So it's just garbage. Type in, go to TikTok and search Antarctica and just watch 6 out of 10 videos are completely and totally fake. And if you look at the comments, everybody thinks it's real.
And people commenting like if it was real, it has.
Oh, I knew the statues bleed there, and I knew that just weird. I knew that they were hiding these things from us, and it's frightening to see. Whoever said that in the chat about conspiracy theories being a problem, Oh, you know who I saw the other day? There's a guy who is streaming. His name is Baron something, Baron, and he's doing like a nightly stream. A ton of people watching live, and I just saw him start ringing in these super chats. And all he's doing is he said that Charlie Kirk was electrocuted. This is what he said the other day, that he was holding the microphone electrocuted him. This is his theory. So, but he made over $3,000 in super chats, and that's because that's what is attractive right now to people. That's what they want to spend money on. Nobody wants to spend money on you say, well, I'm not sure what happened, or we need to wait until better footage comes out. You're not going to get super chats for that. You get super chats when you say the most outlandish crap ever and just blame it on the government, or blame it on the Jays, or blame it on whatever. That's where you're going to get people start supporting you, who are going to follow you, because you're a truth teller. You're breaking up the satanic hold on the world. You're trying to expose the truth. So it's just scary to know that because like that guy, you think the next video he's going to do is going to be the exact same kind of idea? Yeah, of course. He just made $3,000 in super chats. So that's sad to see that people will do that and be able to do that. And even my stuff, I never used like those clickbait titles. If you remember, my shows were like Jeranism show number 75. I didn't use clickbait titles like, look at this that was just done. Or they always try and pull that there's a guy, God Rules or something, that every day is, oh, the world's about to change tomorrow because of, what's going, it's just all meant to just get you to click for today. So it's just sad to see all the grifting, I guess is the best word for it. It's just that. And then here's another thing I've realized is that, if you're somebody who makes money at all off of a belief, I can see why they all lie, is because you actually destroy whatever you've built if you tell the truth. So, I mean, I've seen it. It's happened to me. So again, because of the person I am, it doesn't change. I wouldn't change it anyway. But people that see that, and then I see now, I'm like, oh, there's no benefit to telling the truth online. There just isn't. Sadly, it's just because you have people that are following you. The last thing they want to be told is that they're wrong. So because you'll destroy your audience that you have currently, and then any future audience. Right. So imagine you're a pastor and you realize, oh, Christianity is not right. So, well, that person, he can't tell if he tells the people that and they go, oh man, then they're going to hate him. And then he's not going to get an audience of atheists that like him because he's a pastor, a former pastor. Right. So they're going to be like, no, you were an idiot for, 20 years. So I mean, just saying that now I see why people stick to their stories. Once they say something, they're just going to stick to it. It's just different because now I expect it. When like this Candace Owens is never going to admit, oh, I was wrong about this, or I was wrong about, you can't, it doesn't do any good.
Well, she dropped the whole flat earth thing and kind of swept it under the rug and hasn't mentioned it ever since.
It goes around, right? It just goes away because there's no benefit to her coming out and saying, I was wrong about the flat earth. You don't want to do that. That's what sucks about the internet is it's a lot of people telling a lot of lies.
Are you happier now though?
Yeah, I sleep better. I mean, I'm because again, I know. So, am I mean, it depends on what you mean by happiness and what area of life. No,
I don't know. It would seem to me that being in that mindset of everyone is lying to me all the time about everything.
Right.
That seems like a very oppressive mindset to be on for many years.
It is, and at the same time, though, you do feel like you're bringing something good to the world. So it's not. Right. So that's where it's different. Is that you're like you actually think it's making yourself important. Like, oh, I'm going to save the world. Oh, the world's being lied to about the shape of the earth, and because I found it out, I'm going to, free the shackles of humanity. So when you have that kind of self-grandiose position, then no, you can kind of there is a happiness in that you're like, oh, and then you get all these people. I'm doing it for God. I'm doing it for I'm God's leading me to do this. I mean, it's just they all use that same excuse. So I think that, I just can see why they keep going. I can see why they can't see the truth because the alternative is terrible. To think about, like, even what I went through is tough to think about somebody else seeing me go through that and then going, oh, I want to do that. Right? Like somebody,
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I can't picture that now. I know Patricia Steer and the, Paul on the Plane, those guys that got out early, but you've noticed like there's been nobody else come out and say that they were wrong. Like somebody, no, it was like me and Melodome and Patricia, and that's basically it. So
right. Well, yeah. I mean, you were already facing backlash because remember that we did the pre-TFE interview, and even there, you were already catching a lot of heat from the flat earth. I remember our interview happened right around the whole interaction with a Cetetic Warrior,
right?
Where and that whole thing,
because he said the sun was apparent, and I knew right away what was going on. I'm like, oh, here we go. Now we can't have a physical sun. The reason they can't have a physical sun is because the physical sun, if it exists, debunks the flat Earth. So I knew that was coming, and everything was disgusting right before because people were just all falling off. Even Dave Weiss, who at first was like, "Oh, don't go." I'm like, "Why? Why wouldn't I go? Why would we want somebody else to go? Why not me? You can trust me." Okay, well, aren't you worried? So he would give all these excuses, and then he started in with this. Oh, I don't think he's a real pastor. Oh, I don't think he is. He owes all this money. He's going to jail, and I could just tell. I was like, "Oh, you're just getting desperate. You'll say anything." And so I said, what difference does that make to me if they arrest him the day before? Oh, you're going to jail because you've been financially okay. Great, I didn't lose anything. So I mean, I'm like, why would I? Oh, he's got financial issues. So, and I would tell Dave, like, Dave, he probably has insurance, which ends up being the case anyway. So it's like financial advisors have insurance, so that if a company they recommend goes belly up, that stuff's covered. So all the things that everybody's worried about, no, there's no way he would go to Antarctica if he had to worry about this. Well, he's not worried. He has insurance. That's why you have insurance. So, you kind of see where it's just not knowing. When you don't know, and you can just make assumptions about people and what they're doing. And, oh, he's a fake pastor in a church because they don't show the audience. Well, it's just anything they can find, they use. It's the sad part. What did you think was being gained from the?
Do you think I asked a question too?
Control over the world. Like, I think that it just the idea kind of helps answer, like, the world is kind of a effed up place, especially now. And so if you kind of think like, oh, all of us are being lied to about some fundamental thing that would change the world, that's about it, I would say. It's just kind of the idea that if a group were to be able to control that, I no longer can see that being a possibility. So it's hard for me to kind of remember, but because now I just see that you couldn't lie to people about where they live unless everybody's blind. If we were all blind, you could probably convince people that we're on a flat world that they were on a sphere world. But if people have eyes, then you can't do that. It's where you say they live has to match observations, or else people will say, bullshit, we don't live there. So it's that simple that the Earth is a sphere. You can go to Google Earth and look up anybody that in the world can look up their location and see that the sky matches exactly what's predicted there. So that's what's so sad, is that it's just it's so easy to figure out. So it can't be a lie.
To argue stuff like that, for example, Kevin, in the video I was reviewing yesterday, I think he was saying, "Oh yeah, because we can't know what the sun is and so on." It's like,
right.
Well, Kevin, it's the easiest thing. Where is the sun? And you point at it. It's there. That's it. It doesn't matter what it is, whatever objections.
But they will tell you, this is what they'll tell you. I'll give you the objection. The objection is when you're in Australia, it's above your head. So you point up and say it's there. But if you're in Antarctica, you point south and say it's there. And they'll just say that that's, Shane's model predicts that.
Right.
Do you mind if I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Cool. So the thing is, I played a flat earther on the channel that we were on before this. I don't know if we still have the footage of that. It might be on my channel actually, but the thing that I've come to, the hypothetical I come to, and I want to know from your perspective, is I think people usually become flat earth, and I would say probably 99 to 100%. This is my hypothesis, is that usually a flat earther is someone who kind of believes in conspiracy theory or is religious. Like, it's usually one of these two factions. It's one of these things where it's like the government is lying to us and there's like a grave deception, or this text, I read this text literally and the text is saying that the earth is flat. Do you think that that's fair, or do you think that there's some other kind of group, or what do you think?
No, there would just be religious or conspiracy theorists. I mean,
that's exactly my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I don't think because there's no way you could be a flat earther and not be a conspiracy theorist. And there's just no way. I mean, even the religious people, there's probably no atheists that are flat earthers. So
I know of one that goes by that on the YouTube, but generally no. Yes.
Yeah, because that'd be tough. I don't know how you would explain a natural flat world in the middle of a bunch of spheres in the sky going around you or whatever. It wouldn't really work.
And it's but they're still a part of the conspiracy theorist. They would fit into those two poles. They would fit into the conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's who I think they go after, right? That's what I would tell people. I would always say, like, oh, start with the moon landing. If somebody is, willing to realize that we didn't go to the moon, then you can talk to them about flat Earth. So that's a prerequisite, you would say. It'd be tough to have somebody who's a flat earther who believes in the moon landing, for example. It's not going to exist.
Do you like, now that you've done a couple of debates, one conversation, and I don't know if the OTW, we can count that as a debate.
Oh man,
it's bad. Do you like doing those, or is it that you feel you have some sort of a duty?
Yeah, I mean, mostly if somebody, so, you know, Witsit asked me to debate him for his summit. What is the other guy's name? FTW? Is that what it's called? OTW.
OTW.
OTW,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was thinking Sam.
No, so Landry had asked me, hey, will you do me a favor? And, you know, Landry used to edit my videos, put up the clips and stuff like that. So he wanted to do, would I do him a favor and debate that guy? I thought the guy knew more about Flat Earth, or was even the Flat Earther. I don't even know at the end. I'm like, what are you not even? He's like, well, I don't really believe it. Like, what are we doing?
Yes, it was weird.
Yeah, it was so weird. So, no, I mean, I'm not going out and headhunting anybody to debate him, because I don't think Flat Earthers really should be in the debate. I think it probably is part of the problem, is that when you have debates against a globe earther, well, then you're kind of telling the Flat Earther they're on equal playing field, or that they've got some prayer. But now, I mean, there's no model, there's no map, there's no explanation, there's no, I mean, there shouldn't be a debate. So unless somebody specifically is requesting that of me, I don't really see, you know, Alan requested of me, hey, can we have a conversation about flat Earth and how I can show you that we can prove it's flat, you know. So he asked for that. So again, if somebody asked me, I did say I did put up a post that I want to debate Dearth, but that was just, of course, he won't even be on the same show as me, so that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I enjoy it. Well, it's certainly different as a flat earther. When you debate, you actually feel like, oh man, if I screw this up, I can ruin flat Earth. So as a globe earther, when you debate, it's just easy, because you're like, well, I'm not doing any damage to the globe. So it's just much easier. You realize that you have all the facts on your side. So it's a totally different world. It's just, yeah. So would I be afraid of debating anybody in flat Earth? No, because it's just, ask them where the South Pole is. Is it an infinite amount of places? No. Well, then it's not flat. So I think that's the one thing flat earthers don't realize, and I don't know how to get it across to them. There is no other map. They all think that, I think they're waiting for somebody to come up with another map. They don't realize that the continents are laid out the way they are. The tropics are laid out the way they are. The equators, where the equator is, we know that because of the sun. So that's it. It's the AE map, or it's not flat.
And contrary to what some people say, it's one of the easiest things. Where is the sun?
Yeah,
there.
Right.
There.
Right. And there's only one. That's the thing. It's like, on Shane's model, it's like you have to have the flat Earth world, and then you have a sun, and then you have the sun in the personal dome exactly where the globe predicts that it will be. So it's like the flat Earth needs, number one, they need an extra sun, and they need you to put it where the globe says it will be. And then the Earth can be flat. So give us two suns and let us use the exact location of where the globe predicts and put it on our little half dome. And
my favorite part of all of that is, I have it here. I'm pulling it up 1 second.
Well, the circumpolar stars too are one that, and I didn't realize that till 2 weeks before I went to Antarctica. Somebody had sent me a message on Telegram about how do I explain circumpolar stars. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, you know, the stars in the north that just go around. I'm like, oh, okay, like the Dipper, you know, because that's how it works here in the north, that star doesn't set. So then he's like, well, yeah, there's those stars in the south. I'm like, yeah, okay, so they just go around that spot. He's like, yeah, but aren't that the outer disk of the stars? I'm like, yeah. He's like, so sometimes when they're on the other side of the Earth, we can see them doing a circle around the pole. I'm like, oh man, just something I just never even considered. I'm like, yeah, I guess I got to think about that. And so I try and ask that of flat earthers now. They can't explain that.
My personal favorite is this one. You need 180 degrees of refraction.
Right, that's great. And they cry about the impossible eclipse when the impossible eclipse needs, you know, say a degree of refraction or 2 degrees to make it work, and that's a problem. That's impossible. But the 180 degree magical refraction, that's no problem at all. We predicted it.
What do you think? Do you think Witsit? What do you think Witsit thinks about the Earth, Jaron?
Yeah, I think that he believes so strong. I mean, this is, I believe he believes so strongly in like what he thinks he figured out about Michelson-Morley and what he thinks he figured out about electrostatics and things like that. That he thinks there's enough wrong with the heliocentric model that there can still be a flat Earth. Which I've told him, you know, we've had several conversations since the trip and several back and forth, you know, long messages and long audio messages. And, you know, I've said exactly what I said here. You know, it's impossible. The Earth cannot be flat. It'll never be flat. Not today, not tomorrow. It'll never be like, oh, they discover something and the Earth is flat 10 years from now. It's literally impossible, especially when you see what the sun does as far as learning, the way the north and south difference of the sun is. It's clear, so there's only one shape. In fact, it's a paradox unless you find a shape that you can put us on that answers that question, and only a sphere does that. So, once you see that, it doesn't matter what, and I would try to explain that to them, like dark matter and dark energy. Yeah. Okay. Just believe that they don't know anything about it. Okay. The Earth's still a sphere. Like, that's like the highest level of physics, and those guys can't even figure out what's going on. So why would you think you have any chance of having any clue what's going on? Right?
I think I realized when you made the realization that, like, when I see the sun doing 15 degrees perfectly around me, that's the South Pole. I think
that was awesome. Realizing that. I realized that myself that night in the tent, that kind of thinking about, I started thinking about the guys that found the South Pole originally, 1900s or, right, early 1900s. And that's crazy too. It's only 100 years ago that these guys first, got up there and did what they did. But I kind of thought, they couldn't see the stars. So how did they know? And then the compass isn't going to work down there because the magnetic South Pole is going to be out in the water. So how would you ever find the South Pole? But then it hit me that, like, wherever the sun is the lowest in the sky there is south. So, just walk that direction. And if every day I just kept doing that, just kept walking towards the southernmost part of the sun, that in 69 miles, it would pop up 1 degree. So instead of being 35.15 like it was at Union Glacier, it would be then 34.16. And you would keep going. Then it would be 33.17. And before you knew it, it'd be 25.25. And at that point, that's the South Pole. And so then realizing somebody in Australia coming this way, somebody in South Africa, or somebody in South America, all are facing each other, all doing the same thing, all going towards the southernmost part of the sun, and they would all come together. And then you realize that's exactly what the North is.
Right.
Like, the North is if me and Alaska and Hawaii and Russia and Europe are all looking at the North Star, if we all walk towards it, we'll all run into each other. So, because we're all facing each other. So it's the same thing on the South. So then you just, it's a no-brainer. It's a
that's what the one thing that has always baffled me. Southern Hemisphere flares.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I guess it sucks because if the Earth was flipped in the way that there's 95% of the population in the South, the flat Earth probably would have never taken off.
Right.
Honestly, because it really, when somebody thinks of the sun and what it does every day, since we all are in the North, or most of us are in the North, you do feel that it is that left to right. So I can kind of see where somebody could think, that is just a circle, but it's because of perspective. It's kind of going. So I, can kind of imagine that until you go to the South.
Right.
The South that, and it's not like you don't have to go very far south. It's like right any part south. The sun is going the wrong direction. I mean, no matter where you're at in the South, if you're looking west, the sun needs to go to the right because that's where the next. So if you're in Africa, the next continent's to your right. If you're in South America, New Zealand's to your right. If you're in New Zealand, everything's to the right. So the sun needs to go to the right on any flat Earth, and the sun in the South goes to the left. So it's just, and that's two different directions for two different people looking at the same thing, right? Somebody in the North is watching that same sunset. They're going to see it go left to right. The person in the South sees it goes right to left. That's, there's nothing else that explains that. So I wish everybody would just hear that, or, but flat earthers, they just want to not get it. You'll hear like Flatzoid, just lose his mind about, it's all perspective. You could just turn the other direction and change. No, it's like, nope.
Right. Yeah. It's west. Like, but you have to look at the sunset. When you look at the sunset, it means
so you're looking west.
In a very specific direction.
And then that guy, like, they'll think they find one little thing, like one portion of a video. I'm looking at the compass upside down, and it's like they don't realize, number one, it's the brightest place on Earth. It's a see-through compass, and I couldn't tell it was upside down. But they're like, oh, actually, north is the other direction. It's like, okay, so what? Okay, let's pretend that's true. It's still a 24-hour sun. The sun still went around, so it doesn't matter which direction was which. You can flip them any way you want. They can put north where south is and west where east is, and it doesn't matter. The sun went around my head for 4 fucking days. So it's like they find these little things and they think they're gotchas, or they think it's like, what are you talking about? What difference does it make what direction we're looking? Oh, well, did you factor in declination? It's like, no, we didn't need to. The sun went around our heads.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like when they were trying to catch you in the he said sunset.
Oh
Like,
man,
that
it's like
one part. It's like, yeah, but it went around us 4 times.
yeah, and like 30 seconds before that, I'm actually talking about it. Man, the sun never sets here. You know, and they cut that part out and just go to the one part where I'm talking, and then it sets. You know, and did I say sets? Even if I did, who cares?
Right.
Slip of the tongue. You know, come on. So
But no, but he said it. That overrides
no, he said
reality.
it right. I was actually leaving little clues. I'm like, well, no, I'm here telling you I'm not. And then
I think that is the part that I get the least of how there's this gigantic conspiracies with hundreds and thousands of people, but then also they leave you clues so that you can figure it out. That makes no sense to me. Like, why?
or the one where they'll say like nobody dies in these false flag events, right? They're all hoaxes. They're all nobody dies in those events. But then they're like with COVID, they're trying to kill you. They're killing everybody with the shots, and you're like, well, which one is it? Because like, either they were willing to kill people or they're not. Which one is it? Because they'll always say, oh no, they can't. They have to let you know. It's what do they call it? Predictive programming.
Right. But
yeah,
why? Who said? Who made that rule? Why
no,
is it in effect? Makes
It's
no sense.
revelation of the method is what they call it. That's what I don't know who comes up with these things, but they're just they pretend like, oh, karmically they have to tell. I'm like, what kind of world would you think it would be that God would be like, you can trick people as long as you tell them sneakily.
Right. And
It's so ridiculous.
Also, why karmically? Why are we entertaining this Hindu idea of 5,000 years ago? Why is it that even a thing?
Oh yeah, because they all feel like they're very spiritual, even though they're the biggest assholes in the world. They all pretend like they can just. And that's what's so funny to me is all these people that come across as Christian, but then will just show up in my chat and be like, "You Satan worshiping sellout." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure God's gonna love you when you get up there and you realize that sometimes I even say like Banjo. I wish God and Jesus were real for Banjo's sake, just because I would love to see that moment of when he gets up there and just realizes he's just been lying about us for a year.
Yeah, with Banjo, I was talking with Roger Letwell, and he was showing me some footage from Banjo, and I didn't realize at the time, but a couple of days later, Mike from the Drunk Debunk Show was reviewing that, and it turns out that Banjo had grabbed the footage and had curved the whole thing because someone tracked the original text. The text is the original video. The text is straight, and in Banjo's version, the text is like an inverted U. And I was like, oh,
I've got one of
that
those
guy
too.
is so
Footage of what?
dishonest.
Oh man, he's the worst.
The Canadian guy, Chris something or another, is an astronaut. He was doing a demonstration in
Hatfield,
space. Chris Hatfield, yeah. Hatfield, yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing a demonstration where he was brushing his teeth in space, and he was just moving his. When you brush your teeth, you're going really fast, right?
Right.
And he put a 2x speed little blinker on the screen as if it was like fast forwarded magically. And like, no, he's just going the same speed.
Oh my
so then
God.
it's like, how is this thing like floating off camera, but it's going the same speed? And all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh my God. And that was the one time that I went on Vlad's show, and I'm like, bro, I'm gonna debunk this. I got kicked off. Same with Red.
Yeah, he's the worst. I mean, again, and Witsit and I, we had one of our summits, and after the summit, we always have this VIP, and everybody's talking. And this guy came in. He's like, "Hey, I want to point out that I don't believe any of the emergency landings." We're like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, let me show you." So he starts showing us that they're using a 2D globe in that book, and I never really paid attention to it. And then Witsit and I are looking at it, we're like, "Oh man, that's totally the whole book is a straw man." The whole book is a straw man. Every single flight, he takes a 2D globe, draws a straight line, right? If you take a 2D globe and draw a straight line from Japan to LA, well, it goes right over Alaska. I mean, right over Hawaii. But if you take a globe and look at a Great Circle route, it goes up by Alaska. So then you realize, of course, that's why they say, oh, this emergency landing should have landed in Hawaii, but it actually went to Alaska. It's like, no, you actually proved the globe because, it's. So anyway, we told him, we got together with him, asked for a meeting. We had a Zoom. And we're just like, hey, we want to tell you that this is what you've done with your book. So why don't you write another one? We'll help you find some flights. It's not. He's just like, no, I'm not changing it. And Witsit and I are like, no, but the whole thing's a straw man. Like, we can't back it at all. We can't promote it at all. And he's just like, I don't care. I haven't needed your help. I don't need your help now. We're like, all right, whatever, bro. So that was my first, and that was like just maybe 6 months, maybe a year before the trip. So I already had bad feelings about that guy to start with. And then Yeah, I mean, those guys just are such. Did you hear him say that he was that they could probably put the sun on the back of a snowmobile and drive it around 3 miles around? And he was like dead serious. He's like, this is how they can fake it. They can put it on a snowmobile. And then
you have a person like a human of flesh and blood sitting right next to that bright thing. Like
it's like Dave Weiss saying that Dave Weiss is like, oh, they used a fake plasma sun, and it only needs to be 10 miles away from the source. Needs to be 10 miles away. It's like, Dave, there's 50 bases down there. They all see the same thing. Like, it's not just us there, and they just put a fake sun in the sky to go around us for 4 days. Like, everybody in Antarctica sees the same thing. Everybody at 80 degrees is going to see the same thing. So
yeah, but Banjo, I mean, when he started, we were looking at rockets, and I throw them some amateur footage. I gave them Mate 3 and the rocket from Keep, and they were like, oh, but those are fisheye lenses. They're not. And then he starts showing me this video, which is a fisheye lens, and then you can see in the background image how this text is curved.
oh yeah, I see
right?
it.
He grabbed it and curved the whole thing. He curved the whole video.
But why would he curve it? Show me what you
No
mean.
idea, because they were showing me this as proof that it's a flat Earth.
The funny thing is, Roger Ledwell was just pretending like he couldn't see the curved text because you went back and forth with him a few times, and he's like, "What are you even talking about, Max?" Blah blah blah. And then he took it off screen, and it's like, dude, this is so wild, man.
Yeah, it's crazy what they'll do. They'll doctor footage. They'll do anything. I mean, we've realized that now. Just challenge anybody on these. We see too fars, or now again, within reason, I do think we always see too far, but that's what refraction is. So, but you'll hear them if they ever make a crazy claim. Just it's like that guy Nathan Thompson. Every time he's on Facebook and makes some claim of seeing some distance, he'll never tell you how high he is. Like one time he's like, oh, seeing 88 miles to Atlanta, or I forgot the exact city.
Yeah.
Something like that. And he didn't mention that he was 4,300 feet high.
Oh, just so happens, Nathan Thompson, you'd be happy to know, Jaron, he's selling the dome, the Joe Hamby dome.
Oh, wow. Selling it.
Market. Yeah.
Does he know the shipping price on that thing?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, I think I had to pay like $100. So Joe Hamby sent me the upside down salad bowl, and it was in my garage for about, I don't know, maybe 5-6 months until I went on the trip and came back and then said, what do you want me to do with this thing? And so he's like, I guess ship it back to me. So I had to pay to ship it back to him. So and it was not cheap. I think it was like $110 or something. The thing was huge.
Boy.
I don't know if he has the same size one. His might be even smaller. Mine was like 2.5 foot diameter. But yeah, no, you're not going to get like, even when I saw Andy keep coming up and saying,
why did he ship it to you in the first place?
To figure out the 24-hour sun before we went.
So you could do the demonstration of how it doesn't work with the salad bowl.
Right. You could just, I would even tell him like, no, but the sun's supposed to go around our heads. I said, not just off the back wall.
Right.
Like, you're not. And then they would always say, well, it's going to be a reflection. This and I'm like, okay, well, that's why we're going down there. I'll see the moment of reflection. It can't just magically become a reflection. And like, I didn't happen to see the thing come close to it that's going to actually be the reflection item. So, that's why everything that we did down there is just cemented. It's, McKeegan made sure we did the sunspots. He did the, polarization check. I made sure you could burn it with a magnifying glass from north and south. So, I mean, just, there's no question anymore of, we got pictures of people taking it in the north versus the south. It's just an upside down image. Sunspots didn't move. So any reflection, any idea like that is just garbage. It's just gone. And it's not apparent. It's the one sun. There's only one. So again, I don't even think they realize that. They just feel it's better. So I guess as it becomes more and more absurd, eventually maybe they'll realize that the globe is less absurd than the flat Earth.
Yeah, if we're invoking plasma suns and Satans and so on,
right,
at what point does the counterintuitive thing, but more simple, start making more sense than this whole thing?
Right. Yeah, because they just have nothing else. I mean, it's they don't have much. It's just so much easier too, because when they, they'll ask me, now, what are you saying? You believe in satellites now? You believe in gravity? It's like, well, yeah, now all that stuff makes sense. So, when you think the Earth's flat, you're like, orbits don't exist. Well, that makes sense, because if the Earth's flat, then there's no such thing as orbits. So that's your position. So right, if the Earth's not flat, then why would I have something against orbits? It's like, you believe in orbits now? I'm like, well, yeah, the Earth's a sphere. So this orbit makes sense now. You're falling towards the Earth at a speed that you never hit it. Okay, so it's like these things make sense once you've realized that your initial premise is defeated. And so, you know, that's why for me, it's like people are like, oh, one observation changed your mind. No, one observation didn't change my mind. The fact that I thought the South was a lie and I went down there and the South proved itself 15 times over. There's no more question. The South is the opposite of the North. I mean, so it's like really weird that people still question it or like, oh, I'm not sure. You know, I think you've been compromised. I'm like, even if I was, even if I am compromised, it doesn't matter. Like, listen to what I'm saying.
Genetic
the South is the opposite of the North. Go down there and check. You don't need to go pay $35,000. You know, go to Punta Arenas. You don't even need to go there, but you'll see.
Yeah, you can go closer.
Yeah,
go a little bit past the tropic to Brazil.
Right. Any of that. So I mean, you're talking. You can do that round trip probably from anywhere for $1,200, $1,300. So, you know, that's not too much. And I think your audience will pay for it. If you're somebody like Nathan Oakley, if you're somebody like Eric Dubay, you could easily get enough people to pay your trip down there. So the fact that none of these guys will go, that Dirt didn't go, that nobody will take up Toon or myself on our challenge. I know Toon's is a better paying one, so you might want to go there first. But
what's yours?
50,000. I said in Bitcoin. You know, somebody would have to put it up in escrow, and I'll put mine in escrow, and then we'll go down there. And if the sunset once, then the money will be released to them. So again, it's clear that nobody actually believes, at least strongly enough to put their money where their mouth is, that what they're saying is true. And that's what sucks, because that's really what I want to hear from people, is what they really believe, not what they have been saying for so long that they have to keep saying it. You know,
I have one question off of that, right? So like, you know, all the globe earthers put up their channel, basically Toon, TFE, what have you, Max, and virtually no flat earthers, right? Was that ever a discussion among flat earthers? Was that something that crossed your mind, or what was the thought process? Like, why wouldn't you, or why wouldn't the others, sort of thing?
No, I think that I kind of like the way that it played out, but those guys doing it, us not having to, just because let's say that it was. So let's say the sun set. So the Earth is flat and means the globe is a lie. Well, then you had those guys the whole time protecting the lie. Yeah. And so when that gets exposed, they should have to delete their channel. They've been actively. So I guess you could see it the other way around. You could say, oh, now the flat earthers are the ones perpetrating the lie. But I think that, I guess I'm looking at it now. You're probably right. I mean, that's probably what should have happened. I guess I just felt differently as a flat earther. I'd be like, oh, I was trying to get the truth out. And if I end up being wrong, okay, I'm wrong. But just because you're wrong, I don't think you need to delete your channel. So I guess, you know, looking now at it, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, it probably should have been people saying that. But again,
from our side, it was like, well, we right, like put yourself in our position, right? You're like, we're willing to risk it all because, like, hey, it would be great to realize that we just have no concept of anything.
It's
but like we feel like we've tested it, we've experimented with all these things, and so we're confident enough.
Mine was I was going to eat this Bible, this whole thing,
the whole thing
from cover to cover with the plastic lining.
I've never heard that. That's great.
Yes.
That was good. I remember.
That was mine, because someone asked me, like, in the middle of a show off the cuff, like, well, what would you do if the sun sets? And I was like, oh man. And
I guess I'm a little bit
that I had handy. And
I'm a little bit frightened. I did say one time, and this is the saddest thing I can even think of. It's like, and I don't know, nobody's ever found it, and I'm sure I did say it, but I said that if the moon landed, that I would bet my life that we didn't go to the moon. At some point, I said that in a stream to people. That's probably the scariest thing that I've ever I like, because I never would say that about the flat Earth. I would never have said that. I would have, if somebody would have said, would you bet your life? Would you bet your son, your daughter, anything like that? It would be crazy. But as far as the moon, I was so sure about the moon. Just so sure. And then, now I wouldn't even say that we didn't go to the moon, let alone that I would bet. So you talk about a huge turn. So now you gotta make up for that. So my one movie is called NASA Going Nowhere Since 1958. That's the one movie I ever made. So maybe the second movie is going to be Sometimes in Life You're Wrong, We Went to the Moon. So that's probably going to be it. But Yes, it's just a big, big change in realizing that you can be so wrong and yet your brain tell you you're not. You're so right. But I do say this too, and this is, I guess, you're not going to change the way that globe earthers are towards flat earthers, because now I see why everybody is the way they are. But when you start out and you start making videos about the flat earth, you get let's say you get 10 comments. 8 of them are people saying, "You're so funny. I love your videos. Interesting idea. Keep going." Somebody else might say, "My grandpa used to say the earth was flat," something like that. There'd be other comments that would be like, "I'm not sure about this, but keep digging, see what you can find." And then there'll be somebody who says drink bleach, and then there'll be somebody that says don't procreate. So when you have that plate, there's nothing that in your mind says the people telling me don't procreate and to drink bleach are the ones telling the truth. Right. Your mind just tells you like that's evil, and the people saying how great you are and how funny you are, that must be the right. So you just start to go down that path, and then the more you do, the more people back you and say, and again, it's like you're creating that world for yourself. You're creating a world by only going towards the people that say rah, rah, rah. It's like the other day I heard Candace Owens say something. She's like, she goes, whenever people tell me that I'm crazy and that I'm on the wrong track, that's when I know that I'm right on above the target.
Oh my God.
Like, not really. Not really. If they're telling you you're crazy and that you should, you might want to think about it, because it doesn't just mean you're over the target. Because again, that would be where I was, where, as much as people hate me and make videos about me and say how wrong I am, that means I'm above the target. Or you're way fucking off. Right. So, I mean, that's what's so sad is and then you just keep going. And there's, when people would make videos about you, and it's like I told those guys, like, I wouldn't watch Simon Dan videos for like education. I would think that the guy's evil. He's, talking shit about me. He's definitely working for them, and you would just ignore him. So once you start doing that to enough people, there's not enough creators going after these guys that they even notice it anymore. Like Dearth, think about it. He's definitely got you blocked. He's got Toon blocked. He's got McKeegan blocked. So who is he watching? He's not watching anybody. He's just seeing his own, reflection and saying how great he is. And he sees the people in his comments that say, way to go, Dave, because they're just not very smart. I mean, it's just like that. What's his name's video? Space Busters. That Steve Falconer made that video, Scam Arctica. That's like just a complete proof of the globe over and over again. He's like looking at all the bases and the times of the 24-hour sun. It's like, bro, if you're going to look at it, they all have 24-hour sun. And you just proved it. But, when I watched his video and then I look at the comments and everybody's just like, oh, way to go. You're so, and the video is just completely wrong. It just proves that, like, I even told him, I said, release the view time. I was like, I guarantee it's a minute. There's not any flat earther that watched that video for longer than a minute. There's too many numbers. There's too much math. They just tune out. But they'll all say how great of a job he did just because he's on their team, right? So you could literally say anything as a flat earther. Nobody's going to come after you. You could say the moon's a map. You could say, right, as long as you stick to the flat earth basis, then you can really get away with saying, well, I guess even you could say the earth's flying upwards, which is not, I mean, these guys, have you seen this? There's a new faction of people who say the earth is flying upwards.
Yes,
and
the upward vector.
Yeah, and they'll say the ludicrous things. They'll say there's no acceleration.
Oh my, yes.
There's no proof of acceleration.
But it's so that it's like, we can measure it. I calculated that and measured it then afterwards when I was in high school in a third world country. It's not that hard.
I said, let's do an experiment. I said, drive a car from 1,000 feet, 1 mile per hour and have it hit you. Then drive a car from 1 foot or 1 foot away at 1 mile per hour and hit you. I said, you'll have the same injuries. Now drop a brick from 1,000 feet high and one from 1 foot high. See if the same thing happens. I have a feeling you're going to die from the 1,000-foot brick. Why? Because it accelerated on the way down. The car going towards you didn't. So it's just like they'll just say, and then they stick to it. Because again, like I said, once you've said something, to come out to their audience now, once you are a upward vector, and if you look in the chats, all the people believe it, they would be destroying themselves to say they're wrong. Everybody in the chat would start cursing them. I mean, and that's the thing, as a conspiracy theorist, you already don't trust anybody. So the second that you get any wind, if somebody believes something different, then they must be trying to steer you in the wrong direction, because it's all, you're right. I mean, about it being kind of a mental prison where you don't trust anybody. Like I've said before, the truth movement is a joke because, well, number one, I'm the most hated person in the truth movement because I went on a trip and told the truth. So number one, that's pretty strange. Yeah. But number two is that you just get further away from the truth. They don't realize that it's a truth movement, but you start to believe less and less and less. So anything on TV no longer is true. Anything on the news is false. Anything that anything that you hear is a psyop. It's a setup. It's meant to fool you. So you really, at the end of the truth movement, is the fact that everything is fake. And I think a lot of people like that. They like the idea of the world's not real, and that people think like, oh, I see all this stuff that's like we're ascending or something. We're whatever you call it. Star seeds are out there. These people that think
Then you start mixing and matching this religion with this other thing that I heard that I like, and that's where it gets so murky that I lose a lot of interest.
But there's a lot of people out there doing that. Like they're making, all these different. I was shocked to find out some of the stuff that goes on out there. Thanks to Culture Cats for showing me a lot of the crap that goes on out there. Good stuff.
All right. I didn't realize that it went super late. Let's do final thoughts. We'll go around and we'll be on our way. Isa, do you want to start us off since it's your birthday?
Yeah, actually I do, because I have to leave. So, as you can see, I'm suited up. I am excited. It's my birthday, and I'm glad I get to spend my birthday with you today. I might do another video later today. Since it's my birthday, I think it might be cool to do something like some more like a read and reflect. I've just been really busy with finals, so it's been really exhausting. But on this, I think it's an interesting experiment. I think, Jaron has a lot of courage, and it's not easy to come into a situation where you become a part of a community. You get connected to a lot of, you have all of this kind of friends based on this kind of communal identity. And then when you're like, I'm not going to do this anymore, it can be really painful. I think it's just like if a person leaves their religion, it's like almost like that. Like it's really traumatic and difficult. I can't speak for Jaron, but from a little bit of what I heard, that's what I think. I think this experiment is interesting. For me, I always say the same thing. If you just get on a plane, I think that kind of solves the situation. But I definitely think if someone is deeply rooted with certain perspectives, maybe these things could help by doing some kind of experiment that might help sort situations out. But I think it's very difficult because I think as Jaron was sharing, it's more than just flat Earth. That's just one element. It's one piece of an entire pie. There's the moon landing hoax, probably JFK assassination, just pretty much 9/11 inside job, all of this stuff, like all of these things kind of, it's a whole house that's built up. So it's like, it's hard to just say, if that one card collapses, then all the other ones do too. And that's very hard for people to just give up all their perspectives and beliefs. So I think this is a very difficult topic. I think flat Earth is an extremely difficult topic for the people who, take on the perspective of flat Earth, because there's so much investment in it. There's a lot of investment in it, because if you give this up, then you have to give up a lot of other things too. And that can be really, really devastating for a worldview. So I think that's something that we need to think about when folks are engaging with this, is that it's a very deep emotional situation. And I know there's a lot of fun here, but I think that we should think about those kinds of consequences as well.
All right. Thank you so much. Icy Spin?
Yeah, glad you were able to jump on, Jaron. It was a good talk. I enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed the interactions we've had since the trip. And it's been a wild ride. This started out as the 1-year anniversary for TFE. I know that was impactful for not only Jaron, obviously, but the entire community, flat earthers and globe earthers alike. And we've had a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed kind of getting to know you guys through that experience and through the different vantage points and stuff. So I appreciate everything that you contributed to that, and what you're doing now is admirable. So yeah, keep it up. And I enjoyed the show, and thanks for everyone in the chat for contributing to and sticking in there. So.
All right. Thank you so much. Jaron, thanks for coming aboard. With me, you treated me the best way possible ever since I proposed that first interview pre-TFE back in the day. So I really appreciate that, even before you actually came, to
well,
the
thank you.
outside.
I've appreciated seeing you in my videos too. So I see you watch my stuff and you come by in the chat. So that's really cool. So I appreciate that. And actually, everybody's been cool, from Icy Spin to Where's Wally. You know, people that I was even you know, said a lot of bad things about, like Wolfie. You know, Tune. Getting to know a little bit, Simon Dan. So I mean, all these people are good people, and that's what I think such a big difference is, to realize people that you were calling liars for the whole time, just because you had a worldview and they were saying something different, so they must be liars, right? It's just like I said, you're going to cement yourself in your current belief system the more you do that. So, but I appreciate you guys being welcoming, and everyone's been I don't say everyone's been cool, but everyone's been cool enough. I realized that I deserve the hey, dumb, you know, you were dumb for 10 years and you know, whatever. Sometimes in life you're wrong, right? And so, like I said, when I had my chance there on the midnight stream, because that's the case. And then, you know, the problem is you just have to be able to face the world and still say that you were wrong. And then that's just the way it goes. And then you can hope to help people who still have that wrong belief. So that's all I'm doing. And I'd rather be, you know, hated for telling the truth than to be liked for telling a lie, which is what would have had to happen if I wanted to stay in the flat earth world. So wouldn't change anything. I do thank Duffy a lot, obviously, to get rid of that belief system and to get rid of that world and those group of people, because I just would have gotten worse. And like I said, it's like a half-life. Every half of your time you've been a flat earther, you just are going to lose even more stuff. You're going to lose any chances. Like right now, I'm having a hard time getting a job, and that's just, you know, that's my own fault. It's you know, if a company searches you on the internet and they see your name a bunch, they're just going to, if they've got 3 people applying, why would they take the liability? You know, there's no benefit. So you know, flat earthers need to realize that too, that people are going to search your name in the future. That's how people, you know, even if they're not allowed to, or they can't search your name, that every job is going to do that. They're going to at least search you on social media. And if they see you've been out saying that, you know, Charlie Kirk wasn't killed and that, you know, planes don't fly with fuel. And again, if any other applicant, they're going to go with the people not saying shit like that. So, you know, that's why I say don't teach your children that at all. And so, you know, that's the biggest problem I see is to turn my back on it right now would suck, because I would still feel like there's people in there that I helped put in there. So going to keep doing what I can to get people out, and appreciate everybody who watches. I know, you know, I'm not liked, and so be it. What are you going to do? If you don't want to watch, don't watch. And if you do, check it out. The channel's still there, even though I'm getting 14 views a video. It's a little more than that. But thanks, Max. Appreciate it.
Thank you. It's always a lot of fun to chat to you. Jack Chirper.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about the slow burning dumpster fire that is flat Earth? I would say this, since we're here to celebrate TFE this week, I would definitely say that it put a fork in flat Earth. If you look at the reactions initially that were, you know, Vapegate, Shadowgate, Icegate, Dronegate, Molegate, that turned into analyzing video pixel by pixel and frame by frame. When that fell through, they started questioning, well, you know, you can't really define the shape of the Earth from the lights in the sky. They started denying what they said, that we never really said that. And if you look at what's happened, look at the dregs of humanity, the fucking bottom of the 7-bean dip of human DNA, like Vlad. You know, I want the ticket until the ticket's presented. Look at Vika. Where did he crawl out from? JJ. I mean, these people, I wouldn't trust one of them to mow my lawn, yet alone look to advice on the shape of the Earth or the mechanics of the solar system. So look at where we've come. Look how desperate they've become. And you know, don't give them any quarter. Don't be mean or rude or nasty, but go to science. If they wanted to know the truth, they could find the truth. Jaron said, "Oh well, you know, it doesn't make sense," and that's bullshit. Think about subatomic particles. An atom is mostly empty space. Go punch a brick, you're going to break your knuckles. Science isn't easy. Physics is hard. Quantum physics is even worse. And when you talk about the size and scale of the universe and the fact that there's 200 billion stars estimated in the Milky Way, which is one galaxy of 200 trillion galaxies in the universe, and the distances, we're seeing light that emanated 14.5 billion years. I get it. It's not easy, but we're in an age that's unprecedented. If you want to know something, ask or look it up yourself. I don't want any more excuses. So flat Earth is dead. Don't cut him any quarter, but again, there's no need to be nasty and rude. So TFE, good week, celebrate it.
Awesome. I love that you said Flat Earth is dead, and then we got the chirp right at the second to accentuate the message.
Emphasis.
The most perfect. Yeah, it's fascinating. And all right, Isa, hope you have an awesome rest of the day. You have a bunch, about 22.5 more hours to enjoy your birthday. So I hope it goes great. Everyone here on the panel, thank you for joining me in this remembrance of TFE, going down some memory lanes. Lovely that we got Jaren, that we caught him at a time that he was available to get some of his insights on this whole year. But it's been a ride. It's been a ride. I spent the two first weeks getting over my pneumonia while laughing at the constant barrage of content that TFE provide, with the live streams from Antarctica, the cope from the flat earthers, the responses from the globe earthers. It was just prime entertainment. So with that, before we go, make sure to the social thingies, like, share, subscribe, send this to a friend, send this to your significant other, go to the corner, yes, the corner of your feet, and just subscribe to Share About the Talks. And that way we can share the love for the channel. Thank you so much. We'll see you when we see you. And have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Peace.